Coletco. That's where we're at for Thursday's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. We are going to sell you some records tonight. Let me go over here and see who the first comment was. How late am I? 5 minutes? Psh, that's within the margin of error. 5 minutes is within the margin of error. That's what I tell people when I'm late. You can't expect humans to be on time. No, I'm just joking. Actually, being on time is a critical part of running a successful business. But I was ready, and it was Tanner's fault because he was talking to me. Got any vinyl for sale? None. No records tonight. Fresh out. Fresh out. Hello, Scott. Wow. Metallica is live right now in Amsterdam. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, should be able to. Yeah, let's put on the draft. I got a bet about who Bijan Robinson goes to with Henry. All right. Let me find my YouTube link. Sean, I hope I go to the Dallas show. That's on my... I want to go back to Dallas and visit the Dealey Plaza again, so... Fire Seth. Seth's running late. He's coaching baseball in the rain. I'm sure he'll be in a very bad mood. He does not like being in the rain. Okay, sorry I'm sharing links. Hope you're doing the same. So if you're on Facebook, hit the share button. Don't cheat me. Okay? There's a share button. Hit that. It doesn't cost you a dime. Also, hitting the thumbs up button doesn't cost you anything either. You know, and that's what's best. If you could hit the thumbs up button, man, that would really help us out. All right, let me get my chat. Well, I got good news. We finally got some new vintage arrivals, but we're also going to focus pretty heavy on half-off vintage again. But I think y'all are okay with half-off vintage. I'm pretty sure y'all are okay with that. Sorry, my tongue's not wanting to work. Let's see. Let's go through some new vinyl. Let's go through some new vinyl. What is this here? That was what was left over from last night. Can't share the honey pot. I know that's what everybody tells me. They're like, you know what, Chad? I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to share your feed because I don't want people nosy. I don't want any of my family. Some people's like, you know what? I don't want my family knowing what I'm doing. If I share your feed, then over at Thanksgiving, they're going to be like, hey, Johnny, I saw where you were buying records. What's up with that? And then he's got to explain to his whole family that he has a record addiction. And then they're going to raise an eyebrow at him. This is some new vinyl for tonight. Let's go ahead and show it. Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon. Only by the night. $39.99. Kings of Leon. Only by the night. $39.99. Featuring the hit songs Sex on Fire, You Somebody, and Closer. Tanner, the TV needs to be muted, please. $39.99. Tanner's top priority tonight is the draft, evidently. Kings of Leon is $39.99. I also have Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds. Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds is $31.99. Haven't had a restock of that in a little bit. Obscured by Clouds, that is $33.99. I got the best of the 13th floor elevators. This is really cool. 13 of the best 13th floor elevators. This album presents 13 of the best songs, 13 in the best quality. That is $44.99. That's really cool. The best of the 13th floor elevators, 13 track. Jared Benoit wants Jane's Addiction, Nothing Shocking, and Ritual, the non-live version. Okay, you're buying some stuff from last night's bins, but that's okay because I still got them. Is that the first pick about to come up? Round 1, 10 minutes. Overkill Scorched, $36.99. Overkill Scorched is $36.99. That's on gold vinyl. Haven't had this before. Judas Priest, Angel of Retribution, $49.99. Judas Priest, Angel of Retribution, $49.99. I've got 2 of those. I also got a restock of Iron Maiden Power Slave. Iron Maiden Power Slave is $36.99. And Weezer Pinkerton. Weezer Pinkerton, $36.99. Let me go ahead and pull Jared Benoit's Jane's Addiction. That was Nothing Shocking and Ritual D-Lo Habitual. I still got more copies of Nothing Shocking if anybody wants those. Let me go ahead and pull those. I also need to get my pre-workout tablets. And I need to get another bottle of water. That is sold to Jared Benoit. Tanner, that one was $36.99. And Jane's Addiction was $29.99. $29.99. That was already stickered though. If anybody else wants another Jane's Addiction, let me know. Ken, yes, you was on the original. You was on the original waiting list, and then there was 2 other people on Overkill, Chris DiLorenzo and Wayne Heat. The original waiting list was shown, I think, on Tuesday. Here's another Judas Priest that we haven't had in quite some time. One of their more classic albums, Killing Machine. Judas Priest Killing Machine, $29.99. That's another Judas Priest. And the best of the Cranberries, and unfortunately, it's got a ding on the spine. It's, how much were these in case somebody still wants it? I don't know if anybody would want this though. The cover's really messed up, but $29.99. I think it's $29.99. I'll probably have to send that one back. Let me go grab my water right quick. Let me do that. So, thanks everybody for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now about the sidewalk sale. You'll probably hear me announce this 2 or 3 different times, but the sidewalk sale starts tomorrow. John and Paul's been working all week on it, or all day on it, and tonight we're going to have a full-length show, but we might get a little bit abbreviated at the end. So, yeah, I've already got it. So we can start working on the sidewalk sale stuff. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Any Japanese tonight? Yes, Seth's going to go find us our Japanese crate for tonight. Right, Seth? We'll find something. All right. Let's see what we have here. One more time in this crate. We have Kings of Leon, $39.99. Kings of Leon. Only by the Night, $39.99. Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds, $33.99. 13 of the best 13th floor elevators, $44.99. Jerry, I got 2 copies of Collective Soul on the way. 2 copies of Collective Soul on the way. I had 25 back ordered and they sent me 2, but that tells me they're coming back in stock. So I'll have the rest of them soon. So you're top at the list. I don't know if they'll be in tomorrow. If not, they'll be on the following week. But if you still want one, we've got them. Overkill, that's their newest album, $36.99. Judas Priest, I've never had this one before. Like I said, Angel of Retribution, $49.99. That's a 2 LP. Iron Maiden Power Slave, $36.99. And we had a restock. Wasn't expecting this one. Oh, one more. We have Weezer Pinkerton. Weezer Pinkerton was $36.99. And Judas Priest Killing Machine. Judas Priest Killing Machine, $29.99. Darren Wortman wants the Judas Priest Angel of Retribution. That's sold to Darren Wortman. There was a couple of things. Alice Lowry, you was on a waiting list for this Cranberries. Of course, we did get a copy that was damaged. Yours was fine. We have you on a waiting list for that. And then we got a restock of Now That's What I Call 90s Country. The Now That's What I Call 90s Country was Francis Drennan, Paul Brothers, Stacy Metternich and John Duran, and we still need 2 more copies for Michelle Phillips and Alice Lowry, but those hadn't come in yet. We're still waiting on those. Do you have any Ocro Medicine Show? No, I do not. Is that a food delivery for you, Tanner? Sure is. That might be Jake's. Overkill Scorched. Brandon Jackson wants an Overkill Scorched. That's so to Brandon Jackson. Overkill Scorched. Thank you. Anybody else? We're going to go right into some new vintage arrivals. And David Tate wants on the 90s country waiting list. I'll go back over all those claims in just a second because Tanner just stepped back outside. Let me go through one more crate of new vinyl before we start the vintage, actually, because that crate of audio slaves we were looking for, we found them last night. And we was like, well, if that's a crate, obviously, we hadn't seen in a while because we thought we lost all these audio slaves. Or not lost them, just misplaced them. So this is another good crate of vintage vinyl. Chris DiLorenzo needs scratched off the Overkill waiting list. He says he doesn't want that. This Overkill was sold to Brandon Jackson, so however you want to do that, you can give him Brandon's or give Brandon his, and I can put this one back in the bin. Tanner said just put this one back in the bin. So, Brandon, you got one. We're going to give you Chris's. And David Tate wants on the waiting list for now. That's what I call country, 90s country. That's a great compilation, by the way. One artist that stood out for me was Kenny Chesney. I was like, man, I think that's about the only way you can get any Kenny Chesney song on LP. And it's, do you think, or she thinks my tractor's sexy, whatever that is. Not my forte. Ozzy Osbourne, Ordinary Man. Ozzy Osbourne. This is more my forte. $29.99 for Ozzy, Ordinary Man. This is really my forte here. Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. New, sealed, beautiful remaster, $49.99. Martin Pryor first on Ozzy. John Duran says you can take him off the 90s country waiting list. So that means we can give that one to Michelle Phillips. We can give that one to Michelle Phillips. Alice Lowry, you're now first at the waiting list, and David Tate will be second. David Bowie, Let's Dance, $31.99. We always sell the OG copies of this. I figured somebody'd want it, especially when I mentioned the Stevie Ray Vaughan blurb. David Gilmour is still in stock. On an Island, David Gilmour, guitarist from Pink Floyd, one of the vocalists, songwriters. $34.99 for David Gilmour, On an Island. Primus, Frizzle Fry. Primus is $28.99. Frizzle Fry. Ozzy, Black Rain, 2LP. Ozzy is $39.99 for Black Rain. There's Madman Across the Water. So we got 2 Eltons in here. Both classics, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road and Madman Across the Water. That is $36.99 for Madman Across the Water. Queen, Hot Space. Queen Hot Space is $44.99. Half-Speed Remaster, $44.99 on that. Will Price on the Primus. Primus was $28.99. Frizzle Fry. Kristen Barnett, if you want one of those, let me know. I'll put you on a waiting list. Cream, Wheels of Fire, $36.99. 2LP Remaster Creams, Wheels of Fire. And Top Gun. I thought we were sold out. I ordered one of these for Tammy Hinkle. She's on a waiting list. If anybody wants one, I ordered 2 or 3 extras. So there's Top Gun. You can go ahead and claim this now if you want it, because I've got more that will be here tomorrow. This is a whole crate of missing vinyl. That's why I'm going back through it. We thought we had misplaced this crate somewhere, but I have located it. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, 2LP, $44.99. And Rancid, self-titled, is $29.99. Let's just go ahead and tag Tammy for this one. And I'll scratch her, make a note. We'll take her off the waiting list. And then if anybody else wants one, that's hers anyway. She was first on the list. Wow, what a shocker, Bryce Young. Queen's Greatest Hits, $39.99. $39.99. Queen's Greatest Hits. 2LP, one of the world's best-selling albums of all time. Half-speed mastered at Abbey Road, $39.99. How much was Top Gun? Top Gun was $28.99. $28.99. Beastie Boys Music is $49.99. Beastie Boys Music, $49.99. That's a 2LP compilation. So we got Queen's Greatest Hits, Beastie Boys Greatest Hits, Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits, $44.99. And Beastie Boys Ill Communication, $49.99 for Ill Communication. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Californication, that's also $44.99. And there's the Audio Slaves. Out of Exile, Chris Cornell, $59.99 for Audio Slave Out of Exile. Stacy Brown wants a Queen. Let's sell that for Stacy Brown. Stained, It's Been a While. That's live. Stained, that's about the only album they have in print. I wish their studio albums would be. The Cure, Disintegration, live in Leipzig or Leipzig. Leipzig is, I think, how you say that. That's a Cure. What's weird is this comes from a distributor that never sells any live unofficials. But I think technically it's an unofficial. So The Cure, $29.99. You know, we ordered vinyl from the biggest distributors in the country, and sometimes they have unofficials. I guess some of these labels are willing to roll the dice. So I guess nobody owns the rights to this broadcast, even though probably people of The Cure aren't getting paid. The Steel Drivers, Reckless, $29.99. The Steel Drivers are $29.99. Steel Drivers, Reckless, $29.99. Stacy Brown on, we already pulled that. Mitchell Thomas, Stained is $38.99. John Lee Hooker, self-titled, $28.99. This release presents one of Hooker's most difficult to find albums. It is. Good luck finding any kind of original of that. John Lee Hooker is $28.99. Paul Gill wants a Steel Drivers. That's sold to Paul Gill. The Yardbirds, this is on blue vinyl. The classic Yardbirds Greatest Hits, or the best of, $38.99. First track is For Your Love. And we have 3 copies of Blues Travelers, Travelers, and Thieves. Blues Travelers is $49.99. Jerry Stone wants that copy of the Yardbirds. That's sold to Jerry. And let's run through these titles one more time. If you want prices, let me know, because we're about to start going through new vintage stuff, and I will track down our Japanese stuff since we didn't do any last night. We didn't sell any Japanese stuff. We only did like 3 auctions last night, so we got to get our auction games back up. All right, let's do Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. David Bowie, Let's Dance. David Gilmour, On an Island. Ozzy, Black Rain. Elton, Madman Across the Water. Queen, Hot Space. Cream, Wheels of Fire. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Rancid. Queen, Greatest Hits. Beastie Boys, Music. Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. Beastie Boys, Ill Communication. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Audio Slave, Out of Exile. Stained, It's Been a While. The Cure, Live. The Cure, Steel Drivers, John Lee Hooker, and Blues Traveler. Okay. Beautiful. First Japanese auction. The Police, Synchronicity. This is going to be a $45 start. $45 start. The Police, Synchronicity. $45 start. There's 1 LP. There's the 2-page flip with lyrics. And there's the very, very nice cover with Obi. $45 start on the Police Synchronicity. The Police Synchronicity. $45 start. And we have Duran Duran. Duran Duran, self-titled. Duran Duran is a $40 start. This is a self-titled, pristine Japanese pressing of Duran Duran, self-titled first album. Let's see here. Planet Earth. Love that song. So $45 and $40 starts on that. Which Audio Slave? There's only 2 Audio Slaves that are in stock, that are in print. This is Out of Exile. Out of Exile, it's an import only, $59.99, and we have their first album, self-titled, $39.99. We have both. Michelle Springsteen was $44.99, and John Howard wants Ill Communication. John Howard gets Ill Communication. And Ron Stoltz is in, Ron Stoltz is in at $45. Loves Chad's confidence in going against the NFL draft. We do not miss a show. I think if the Super Bowl was on Saturday, we would still be here selling records and we wouldn't miss a beat, because probably most people that are here buying records would probably still have the Super Bowl on, but they would still be buying records from us. Right, Tanner? So we don't miss a sale. We're trying to do 5 or 6 every week now. I got a whole new bin of vintage stuff here. Let me see what Paul and John have got for us tonight. I have not looked at any of these. I have no idea what's in here, but I'm looking at them right now, and it's a great mix of great music. So let's knock these bad boys out. Can I get an Audio Slave self-titled? You can. C. William Pop wants an Audio Slave self-titled. That's over there in the A's. That's over there in the A's. Final call, Duran's at $45 with Ron Stoltz. And the Police, I'm looking for a $45 start. I do not have any more live left. I don't have any more live throwing copper. Boy, we used to have a bunch of those. I told everybody, when they're gone, they're gone. And that's true. Can I get the Cream album? Tony, Cream is yours. Cream, Wheels of Fire, sold to Tony Alejandro. That is sold to Tony. Anybody else? We are open tomorrow. Absolutely. We're having a sidewalk sale. Not only are we open, but we're open earlier on Saturday. Hope that everybody comes see us. $1 sidewalk sale. Oh my gosh. Okay. Final call on those auctions. New vintage arrivals. The Beach Boys in concert. VG Plus $14.99. 2 LP. The Beach Boys in concert. VG Plus $14.99. Van der Graaf generator. The least we can do is save each other. I think that's what that says. VG copy $24.99. I've never seen this Van der Graaf generator album. VG copy $24.99. Van der Graaf generator. That is up for bid, or that is available for sale. I said bid because I was like, final call on the Police and Duran. I'm about to sell them. The Tams, presenting the Tams. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Head East by, or Flat as a Pancake by Head East. VG copy, $9.99. This is a check condition bin. Flat as a Pancake, Head East, VG, $9.99. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. This is a VG Plus, $29.99. Layla, VG Plus, $29.99. Darren Meyer, first on Head East. Sell that to Darren Meyer. Let's go ahead and sell Ron Stoltz, the Duran for $45. And if anybody wants the Police, it's a $45 buy it now. That's kind of surprising. That's a $45 buy it now if anybody wants it. Bo Cup, or Buku of Blues, actually. Buku of Blues, Ringo Starr, VG Plus $24.99. Took me forever to finally find one of those, and now it seems like we get one about every month. The other Ringo Starr is Sentimental Journey. This is in shrink wrap, VG condition, Sentimental Journey. That's $16.99, VG, $16.99. Steve Botsford is going to get the Police. That's a $45 buy it now to Steve Botsford. Doing Our Thing, Booker T and the MGs. VG Plus $14.99. The bottom seam is split. VG Plus $14.99. Bottom seam is split. Eric Clapton. The top seam has some damage. VG Plus on the vinyl $24.99. Eric Clapton. VG Plus $24.99. Waylon Jennings Greatest Hits. VG Plus $16.99. Waylon Jennings Greatest Hits. VG Plus $16.99. Not a bad looking copy. Bobby Darin, It's You. Bobby Darin is a VG Plus, $9.99. Bobby Darin. Frank Sinatra and Company, VG Plus, $9.99. Michelle Phillips, first to Waylon Jennings, Greatest Hits. John Porter, second. David Tate, third. The Best of Elvin Bishop, Crabshaw Rising. The Best of Elvin Bishop, VG Plus, $9.99. This does have some cover issues. It does have some spine and seam splits. VG Plus $9.99 on the vinyl. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town, is a VG Plus $19.99 for Stranger in Town. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town, VG Plus $19.99. Dave Van Ronk, No Dirty Names, VG Plus $9.99. Has a spine split. VG Plus $9.99. Dave Van Ronk, No Dirty Names. The Electric Prunes, this is a Good Plus, $12.99. Bottom seam is split. Good Plus. This is a VG minus Good Plus. It is an original label. I had too much to dream last night. Electric Prunes. Richard Baker on Dave Van Ronk. That's sold to Richard Baker. And we have AK Movies Adalat. AK Movies Adalat. I think that's how you say that. VG $14.99. Indian Import Soundtrack. An Indian Import Original Soundtrack. That's a VG $14.99. What do we have here? Yanni Dushman. This is EX $24.99. Tape on cover. Indian Import Original Soundtrack. That's kind of interesting looking there. That one's very interesting looking. EX copy, $24.99. Have they made the second pick yet? Vernon Oxford, Woman, Let Me Sing a Song to You. Vernon Oxford is $19.99. No condition notes on this one. Vernon Oxford, that's in mono, RCA. Looks country. Never seen that before. The Agony and the Ecstasy, Charleston Heston and Rex Harrison, $9.99. The Agony and the Ecstasy. And Ellington Remembered, our premiere performance, Duke Ellington. This is a promo sampler, not for sale, $9.99. Colin Butler said he would take the second Indian soundtrack. That's sold to Colin Butler. Deep Purple, Purple Passages. That's a VG minus, $9.99. VG minus, $9.99. Michelle Phillips on Bob Seger. Michelle Phillips on Bob Seger. And if y'all have noticed, tonight we've got a lot of new arrivals, even with as much as John got ready. We have 2 people now pricing vintage records for us. So we should have more new vintage arrivals every show. But also we're getting deeper into the archive. So we're probably going to be putting out more odd stuff you'll see mixed in than maybe ever before. Because if you have 2 people pricing records, some people's going to be working on certain collections while John's going to be working on some, Paul working on some. So you're going to see a much more wide variety probably with our vintage stuff. And also, that means probably the entire shows will be all new arrivals. You'll be seeing that a lot lately. So, Boz Skaggs, Silk Degrees. We do have half off tonight, though. We have half off. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to show some new arrivals, and then I'm going to do some... I'm going to do new arrivals, and then I'm going to do half off. VG Plus, $9.99. Boz Skaggs, Silk Degrees. VG Plus, $9.99. Marvin Gaye Super Hits. VG Plus, $9.99. It does have a seam split on the spine and up here at the top. VG Plus, $9.99. That's Marvin Gaye's Super Hits. Really cool compilation there. Earl Scruggs, American Made, World Played. EX Plus, $9.99. Wayne Carr on Marvin Gaye, Calvin 2nd, Kristen 3rd, Colin 4th. Mountain Ballads and Old Hymns, EX $9.99. That's by Asher Sizemore and Little Jimmy. Wow, several people on Marvin Gaye. Wayne was first, then Calvin, then Kristen, then Colin, then Doc, then Jettit. Marvin Gaye is sold to Wayne Carr, though. The Beach Boys Party, VG copy, $11.99. If an Angel Came, this is, or if an angel came, would you make her feel at home to see you? Well, that's a long title. That's Black Oak, Arkansas, though. VG Plus, $9.99. The Best of the Animals. The Best of the Animals is a VG Plus, $16.99. That's in mono, by the way. The Best of the Animals. That's why this, every time I listen to one of these, that's why it sounds so good. That's in mono, The Best of the Animals. VG Plus, $16.99. Jeff Beck, Tim Bogart, and Carmina Peace. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Brian C., first on Black Oak, Arkansas. Josh Ragland, first on the Animals. Colin, second on Arkansas. John, second on the Animals. Alvo, third on Black Oak. And that was another correction for the Animals. So both of those. So Brian C. got Black Oak, Arkansas, and Josh Ragland got the Animals. Music of India, Ravi Shankar Sitar. Ravi Shankar, this is in mono. VG, $9.99. Ravi Shankar. Basie's Beatle Bag. That's cool. Count Basie doing some Beatles. VG Plus, $9.99. Has a little bit of cover damage down there at the bottom. That's also in mono. Count Basie's Beatle Bag. Paul McCartney, Ram. VG Plus, $19.99. Fantastic album. Paul McCartney, Ram. VG Plus, $19.99. Ann Davis Mancinelli on Ravi Shankar. Steve Botsford on the Count Basie. Kyle Gregory, You Were Second. Never seen that Count Basie. Pig Meat Markham. Tune Me In. Pig Meat Markham is a VG Plus, $9.99. Alice Cooper, Billion Dollar Babies. This is a VG minus, $29.99. Includes Bill, something, and cards. It has a light dish warp. So this does have the poster with it. What else is in here? Okay, so it's got the photos, inner sleeve, and I think this is the original label. And that's this is a VG minus though on the vinyl. Not bad. VG minus. That is $29.99. It does have the poster, which I think we've auctioned by itself one night for like much more than $30. Depends on who really needs one. Okay, Alvo Dabney first on Ram. Ryan Anderson on Pig Meat Markham. Colin Butler on Pig Meat, that was second, and David Tate on Alice Cooper. All three of those are sold. Close to the Edge by Yes, that's a VG copy, $9.99. The Beau Brummels, you tell me why, Don't Talk to Strangers, that's Good Plus, $9.99. That's also in mono. The Beau Brummels Volume 2, that's Good Plus. Cream Songbook, The Rubber Band. Cream Songbook, The Rubber Band. Is that what that says? VG Plus, $11. Well, that's a wild cover. Looks like a cream cover. Yeah, The Rubber Band, Cream Songbook, VG Plus, $11.99. Alan Totten, first to Yes, Close to the Edge. That's sold to Alan. All Aboard the Blue Train with Johnny Cash. VG Plus, $14.99. Johnny Cash, that's on the Memphis Sun label. VG Plus, $14.99. Memphis Sun in mono. Not a bad price on that. VG Plus, $14.99. Joe Ives, first to Cream. Colin second. Brittany third. Randy fourth. Josh Ragland first on Johnny Cash. Stacy was second. We've also got the Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. VG Plus, $24.99. The classic Brothers and Sisters. VG Plus, $24.99. What picks have I missed? Where's my bottle of water at? Boy, the Texans just spent some money. The Texans just spent several millions and millions of dollars over the next years. Carole King Tapestry. The classic Tapestry. VG Plus, $16.99. Carole King Tapestry. And we have Todd Rundgren, Something, Anything. That's a VG copy, $11.99. Let me step to the office. If I can't find a bin of Japanese, I'll grab a high-end bin. And, oh, Seth said he has us some Japanese stuff. Okay, we've got two new Japanese auctions right here. I've got them. They've been right here next to me the whole time. These are going to be $45 and $35 starts. First is the Jacksons Victory. I don't know if I've had this one before. Maybe. Nice looking though. Look at this artwork. Wow. $45 start. This is a pristine, no condition notes, Japanese pressing. There it is. Beautiful. Near mint minus. Has the booklet with it. Also very nice. And gatefold cover with Obi. This Obi top loader. So this just slides off. There that is. There this is. $45 start on that. Then we have Jay Giles Love Stinks. Jay Giles Love Stinks is a $35 start. Near mint, pristine, Japanese pressing. Near mint and pristine, Japanese pressing. $35 start. $35 start. There is the inner sleeve, the original Japanese insert book, and cover and Obi. Boy, these are very clean. Very nice copies there. $45 and $35 starts. Before all that was Darren Meyer on Carole King Tapestry. Everybody said you should be rehired and given a raise, Seth. We'll see how long that lasts. Kansas, Point of No Return, EX copy, $19.99, Point of No Return. Country Joe McDonald, Paradise with an Ocean View. Country Joe McDonald is a VG Plus, $9.99. Rockin' and Driftin' with the Drifters, VG, $19.99. This is a 66 repress. Rockin' and Driftin' with the Drifters. That's a 66 repress on that one. Walt Cruz is in on Jay Giles. Tammy Hinkle wants the Kansas. That's sold to Tammy Hinkle. Stanley Clark, Rocks, Pebbles, and Sand. Stanley Clark, EX copy, $9.99. Stephen Steele's Manassas. That's VG Plus, $16.99. Stephen Steele's Manassas, VG Plus, $16.99. Eagles on the Border. The Eagles is a VG Plus, $26.99. Alan Totten on Stanley. Stanley Clark to Alan Totten. Eric Clapton, Slow Hand. Eric Clapton, Slow Hand. VG Plus, $14.99. The new Tony Williams Lifetime, $1 million legs. VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. The new Tony Williams Lifetime, $1 million legs. Brian C., you were second on the Stanley Clark. Clear lights. Looks obscure enough. VG Plus $16.99. It's not in mono. They put a sticker here that says nope, meaning it's not in mono. This is VG Plus $16.99 with the original inner sleeve. Original inner sleeve. And that is called Clear Lights. VG Plus $16.99. The original and great Carter family. EX Plus $9.99. Carter family's in mono. Keys to Make Your Mind. Mike Melvoin. $14.99. Keys to Make Your Mind. Mike Melvoin. Sweetwater is a VG Plus, $11.99. Curved Air second album, VG Plus, $9.99. Michael Bloomfield, Count Talent Originals, or Count, what's that say? Count Talent and the Originals, Michael Bloomfield. That's $14.99. No condition notes on that one. Colin Butler was first to the Mike Melvoin. Doc Smith was second. Let's go ahead and sell Walt Cruz J. Giles for $35. If anybody wants the Jacksons, it's a $45 buy it now. The Jacksons victory. That's a buy it now if anybody wants it. Country Joe and the Fish, Electric Music for the Body and Soul, $14.99. $14.99. Let's grab two more Japanese auctions. We're going to do the Eagles, Hotel California. Well, these are beautiful looking. And Asia Alpha. I'll put those up in just a moment. Let me pull Travis Garrett Sweetwater. Travis, that's so do you. I'm going to read through these titles one more time. If anybody has any questions on price or condition, everything in here is check condition, so you might want to confirm. The price or condition before claiming it. These are check condition. The Electric Prunes was a Good Plus, $12.99. Good Plus, $12.99. It's a stereo original label. Colin, that's yours if you want it. If anybody wants any prices or condition, let me know. Beach Boys in Concert, Vandergraaf Generator, The Toms, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, Buku of Blues, Ringo Sentimental Journey, Booker T and the MGs, Doing Our Thing, Eric Clapton, Bobby Darin, It's You, Frank Sinatra and Company, The Best of Elvin Bishop. This is AK Movies Adalat, which is an Indian import, and Vernon Oxford, Woman, Let Me Sing You a Song. Colin said he will take the Electric Prunes. Somebody's going to end up with this tonight. It's a beautiful, pristine copy of Hotel California with the poster. This is a $55 start. Immaculate. There's the LP. There's the poster. Crisp. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the gatefold. Beautiful. Look at the obi. Looks like it's just perfect. Top keeper copy there. $55 start on the Eagles. And Asia Alpha. This is going to be a $35 start. Also pristine. Near mint minus. This has got the original inner sleeve, the Japanese insert, and the covers in shrink wrap with obi. $35 start for that. We're looking for a $55 start on that and a $35 start on that. Booker T price. Colin Booker T was a VG copy for $14.99. Gary Samuels, The Best of Elvin Bishop. The Best of Elvin Bishop, Gary Samuels, was a VG Plus, $9.99. Would you do 20 on the Eagles? Hold any offers until I get to it. I think he's talking about Eagles one of these nights. Just hold that, please. And what was the Toms? That was the Tams. That was presenting the Tams on ABC Paramount. VG copy, $9.99. Alvo's in on the Eagles at $55. Collins said sold on Booker T. And we have the Agony and the Ecstasy, $9.99. Charleston Heston soundtrack. Duke Ellington, Remembered. That's a sampler. $9.99. That's a promo. If Gary Samuels doesn't want the Elvin Bishop, it looks like Ken Helpland does. Ken Helpland. So Elvin Bishop is either sold to Gary or Ken. What's the price on Clapton Slowhand? That was a VG Plus $24.99. VG Plus $24.99. Deep Purple, Purple Passages, VG minus $9.99. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees, VG Plus, $9.99. Earl Scruggs, American Made, World Played, EX Plus, $9.99. Gary passes, so Ken gets the Elvin Bishop. We do have a $55 bid on the Eagles, going once, going twice. And we have Asia looking for a $35 start. Mountain Ballads, Asher Sizemore, Little Jimmy, EX, $9.99. The Beach Boys Party, Jeff Beck, I forgot I was just reading prices or titles. If you want prices or condition, let me know. Bo Brummels, the Allman Brothers, surprisingly still available. Todd Rundgren, Country Joe McDonald, if I can grab a hold of them. The Drifters, Stephen Steels, the Eagles, On the Border. $1 Million Legs by the new Tony Williams Lifetime. Clear Lights, Curved Air, second album, the original Carter family, Michael Bloomfield, and Country Joe and the Fish. Country Joe and the Fish. Let me get my neck adjusted. Ooh, that felt good. John Porter said 15 on the Drifters. VG copy. Let's go ahead and sell that to John Porter for $15. Price on the Bobby Darin. Bobby Darin. Where was that? That was a little bit further in the back, I believe. Bobby Darin. That was, next comment, David Hilton. That was a VG Plus, $9.99. Orlando wants the Allman Brothers. Sell that to Orlando Martinez. Wayne Titsworth says, Clear Lights, 8. Wayne, you're a little bit light on that one. That would be $15 if you want it. How much is Vandergraaf for King Crimson Gentle Giant fans? There you go, Vandergraaf Generator. How much is the Tony? Tony, that would be this one right here. That is EX Plus, $14.99, Doc Smith. And Ron, I will sell you the Eagles for $23 if you want that. $23 on the Eagles. How could you say no? Let me figure out what I've done with it. Ron Stoltz. What have I done with it? There it is. Ron, that's $23 if you want it. Kristen, I got it stickered for VG Plus $26.99. Sell Bobby Darin to David Hilton for $8. Price on Ringos. The Ringos in here are, let's see here. Buku of Blues was a VG Plus $24.99, and Sentimental Journey was a VG $16.99. Next comment was Paul Gill, Earl Scruggs for $7.50. Let me find Earl Scruggs here. Sell that to Paul Gill for $7.50. We're going to sell Ron Stoltz, the Eagles, for $23. Sell that to Ron for $23. And price and condition on the Jeff Beck. That was Jeff Beck, Tim Goldberg, Carmine apiece. That was a VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. Clear Lights, Tony Williams, Ringo Starr. Ringo again, Jeff Beck, Country Joe and the Fish, Michael Bloomfield, Carter Family, Curved Air, Stephen Steels, Country Joe McDonald, Todd Rundgren, Bo Brummels Volume 2, Beach Boys Party, Mountain Ballads, Boz Scaggs, Deep Purple, Eric Clapton, Duke Ellington, Charles Heston, Vernon Oxford, Adalat Soundtrack, Frank Sinatra, Eric Clapton again with Derek and the Dominoes, the Tams, Vandergraaf Generator, and the Beach Boys in concert. Those are all available. James Rayner says he'll take the Jeff Beck. We're also going to sell the Eagles, Hotel California, to Alvo Dabney for $55. That's sold to Alvo for $55. If anybody wants Asia, it's a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now on Asia. Let me grab a crate of new arrivals. Another crate of new arrivals. Let's see here. Let me see what this crate looks like. I don't think these are check condition. It doesn't look that way. Good looking stuff in here. Yep. Good looking stuff in here. Let me see what pressing this is. Let's see. E. Pluberus Funk. Uh-oh. Jackson Brown. Uh-oh. Okay. How much for Derek and the Dominoes? That was a VG Plus $29.99. VG Plus $29.99. All right, one more rundown through this bin. we have, or first time, we hadn't shown these yet. Grand Funk Survival in shrink wrap and includes the photos. These are non-check condition. These have all been cleaned and checked, so these are better. These are EX Plus or better. Grand Funk Survival in shrink wrap, and it includes the photo inserts. $24.99 is Asia Japanese. Asia is a $35 buy it now. That's Asia Alpha. That's a $35 buy it now. Grand Funk was $24.99. Jefferson Starship Nuclear Furniture, $14.99. Wayne Tisworth gets the Grand Funk. That's sold to Wayne. Country Joe and the Fish, Greatest Hits, $19.99. Ken Crooker wants Jefferson Starship. Right before that, Ken Helpland said he will take the Derek and the Dominoes Layla. That's sold to Ken. And Fred Carnell says he'll take the Asia. Those are all sold. Now we just need somebody to buy Country Joe and the Fish, Greatest Hits. Genesis Abacab, covers in shrink wrap, has the hype sticker. These are all non-check editions, so very clean vinyl, $19.99 on that. And here's the 1969 Warner Reprise Record Show compilation, $24.99. The last time we had one of these, we put it up for auction. Here is a chance to get another one. We have Bad Company Straight Shooter. Look how nice. Bad Company Straight Shooter. This is going to be a $20 start. Bad Company Straight Shooter. Feel like making love, shooting star. Deal with a preacher. Good loving gone bad. $20 start on Bad Company Straight Shooter. That's a U.S. press. Brian C. first to the Warner Record Reprise compilation. That's sold to Brian C. Kristen Barnett, you were second. 35 on Asia to Fred Carnell. Our next Japanese auction is going to be the Eagles' Greatest Hits. Another beauty. The Eagles' Greatest Hits. This is a $35 start. $35 start, their Eagles' Greatest Hits. I think I spoke too soon on that one, but that's okay. $35 start, Eagles' Greatest Hits. That is near mint and pristine. Has the Japanese lyric insert with it. Beautiful copy. Embossed. Top. Eagles' Greatest Hits. $35 start on that. Okay. Bad Company, 20, now 21, now 22. The Dave Clark 5, You Got What It Takes, $9.99 in shrink wrap. Ebony Rhythm Funk Campaign, Watching You, Watching Me, $29.99 in shrink wrap. Ebony Rhythm Funk Campaign, $29.99. Tres Hombres, ZZ Top, $29.99 for ZZ Top. Tres Hombres, $29.99. Jackson Brown, Running on Empty. Jackson Brown, Running on Empty, $14.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Nice looking copy. $14.99. We got a bid on the Eagles at $35 and Bad Companies at $25. The Eurythmics, Thorn in My Side, and the B-side is also Thorn in My Side. That's a white label promo, $9.99. The Eurythmics. Jackson Brown, The Pretender. Two of Jackson's classic albums there. One of them's live, of course, Running on Empty. A&M's pre-release sampler. This has Magnet, Albert Lee, Arthur Adams, the Dickies, the Tubes, Peter Allen, and Felix Paparaldi. And that is $14.99. That's a 12-inch sampler, A&M 4-play. Thompson Twins, Into the Gap, has the hype sticker. It is a cutout bin record, $24.99. ZZ Top label. I think that was Blue London when we took a peek at it. That's should be the original label for that one. Blue London label. That's $29.99. The cover is about VG plus-ish. $39.99. We don't usually get these in this nice a condition. Grand Funk Railroad E Pluberous Funk, that's shaped like the label, or shaped like the coin. It is an OG 71 Winchester. The Pretender was $14.99. Wayne Tisworth wants the Funk, and Randy Scarborough on Thompson Twins. Price. Thompson Twins price is $24.99. Final call on Bad Company. This is a beautiful copy of Straight Shooter. We have Lisa Davidson at $25. That's going twice, going 3 times. The Eagles is at $36 with Peter Policino. The Eagles is at $36 with Peter Policino. Kevin Willis, you were second on Grand Funk. Chip Hall said he will take Jackson Brown, The Pretender. Price on Ebony. Ebony Rhythm Funk Campaign was $29.99. Randy said he'll take the Thompson Twins. $29.99, Colin. Nina Hagen, None Sex Monk Rock. This is $34.99. Really clean copy, too. $34.99. We have 2 new bids on the Eagles, 37 and 37. New bid on Bad Company, 26. Steve Miller Band, Recall the Beginning, A Journey from Eden. Steve Miller Band is $19.99. Bad Company, 26. Eagles, 38. Nina Hagen, Steve Miller Band, Air Supply, $9.99. I believe that's self-titled. Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies, $29.99. Band of Gypsies. Very nice. The cover is about VG with a common ringware. If you ever find one of these with a nice cover, you might want to buy it just for an upgrade because those are hard to find with nice covers. Let's see here. Richard Baker on Nina Hagen and Tanner. That one was $34.99. Gold stamp promo too. Sell that to Richard Baker. The Eagles is at $39. Bad Company's at $26. Lisa says she's out. So if anybody wants to bet on Bad Company, now's the time. Liverpool, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That's the name of the song. What's going on here? No, that's a full album, it looks like. $19.99. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. At first, I thought maybe a 12-inch single. Full album there, $19.99. Billy Thorpe, East of Eden's Gate. Billy Thorpe is also $19.99. And Young Americans, David Bowie. We showed one of these the other night. Several people were all over it. Black RCA label. That's a second press. Very nice, though. $34.99. Okay, Eagles is at $39 with Brent McKinney. Final call on Bad Company at $26. When this one sells, I'm putting up Bad Company self-titled. I got another copy of Bad Company self-titled to auction. Laura Branigan, Self-Control. That is sealed. It's never been opened. $14.99 for Laura Branigan. The Cooper Session. Al Cooper introduces Shuggy Otis. Cool. $49.99. Don't get that too often. It's in part. Wow, what a nice copy. $49.99. I just hopped that one up myself. That's pretty cool. $49.99. Craig Waits, the Frankie Goes to Hollywood. The Frankie Goes to Hollywood covers VG Plus Near Mint Minus on the vinyl. Really nice, and that was $19.99. Kristen Barnett, the David Bowie was $34.99. Jerry Stone wants the Laura Branigan. Kevin Willis on the Al Cooper. Brent Rabley was second. Tracy Bad Company is at $26 with Rhonda. $26 with Rhonda. Tones on Tail Pop. Tones on Tail Pop. This is a 1984 UK pressing, $44.99. $44.99. Tones on Tail, $44.99. Brian C. wants Frankie. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Let me make sure Craig Waits doesn't want it. If Craig passes, that's yours, Brian C. Neil Young Harvest, $34.99. This appears to be an original. It is, with the lyric insert and textured cover, $34.99. Fred Carnell on the Tones. That's sold to Fred Carnell. Yaski, you were third on Shuggy Otis. Craig passes on Frankie, so that does go to Brian C. But Yaski says he will take the Steve Miller Band from earlier. That's sold to Yaski. Tracy's at 30 on Bad Company, so new bidder on Bad Company. And I guess I can say final call on the Eagles' greatest hits to Brent McKinney, $39. That's been up for a while, and we have new bidder on Bad Company. Laurie Anderson, Mr. Heartbreak. Laurie Anderson's $19.99. And Jamming with Edward. Jamming with Edward. This is Nicky Hopkins, Ry Cooder, Mick Jagger, Bill Wyman, and Charlie Watts. Wow, $34.99. Rhonda's right back in on Bad Company at $31. And Peter's in on the Eagles at $41. Kirk Fields is going to take the Laurie Anderson. Brian C. was second. That was a pretty good crate. As you can see, not much left in that one. Let me go through those one more time. These are not check condition, so these are EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. If you want, I'll go ahead and tell the prices on these one more time too. Country Joe and the Fish, $19.99. Not much left. Genesis Abacab, $19.99. Tracy's back in on Bad Company at $35. And Brent McKinney, let me know if you're in or out on the Eagles. The Dave Clark 5, You Got What It Takes, $9.99. Brent says he's out on the Eagles, so final call to Peter Policino at $41. Ebony Rhythm Funk Campaign, Colin, I will split the difference on that and sell it to you for $25. It's in shrink wrap, nice copy. Jackson Brown, Running on Empty, $14.99. We have Eurythmics, Thorn in My Side, $9.99, and the A&M 4-play sampler, $14.99. Wayne, I will sell you Dave Clark 5 for $8. I'm going to sell Kirk Fields Genesis for $17. We got both people out on auctions. I'm going to sell these at the same time. Eagles and Bad Company. Lisa Davidson on Jackson Brown, Running on Empty. That's sold to Lisa Davidson. And Tres Hombre, surprisingly still available. Probably a VG cover. It looks like it does have some water damage down here. Not really noticeable far as, that's one of those that's not really noticeable far as looks, but you can feel it far as texture. $29.99. Tres Hombres. That's usually an instant seller. Air Supply, $9.99. Jimi Hendrix. So this was his last release while he was alive, and it's a live album. It's the New Year's Eve show from 69 and 70 at the Fillmore. It's great too, such as Machine Gun. Oh my gosh, that first track's good too. Who Knows? Changes, Power of Soul, Message to Love, We Gotta Live Together. Man. Let's see here. John, once again, I'll split that with you at 25 on Tres Hombres. Same thing I told Colin, 25 each on any of those. And Colin says he really wants it. He just can't pull the trigger. Wayne said he'll take Dave Clark 5 for $8. He said okie dokie. And let's go ahead and end these two auctions. Tracy Miller gets Bad Company for $35. And the Eagles' Greatest Hits is sold to Peter Policino for $41. Those are both sold. Hendrix was $29.99. $29.99. Can I get the Clear Light album from the last crate? You sure can. Billy Thorpe, East of Eden is $19.99. David Bowie, Young Americans is $34.99. And Neil Young Harvest, also $34.99. There's two more other surprises. And Jamming with Edwards. Jamming with Edward is still available, which is members of the Rolling Stones, along with Ry Cooder and the pianist Nicky Hopkins. Clear Lights is sold to Yaski. This is sold to Yaski. And let me see what we got going on here. Can I get the Clear Light? Yes, that was a VG Plus $16.99. About a VG Plus cover. Has the original inner sleeve. Let's see, how much on the Ebony? 25. Yeah, I said I would take 20. I got it stickered for $29.99. Colin offered 20. I said 25. I think he's passing. Unless he says otherwise. Doc, you can have it for 25. Patty, I will sell you Air Supply for 8. That's 20% off. It's $9.99. Just let me know on that, Patty. $8. And Juan says Country Joe and the Fish and Hendrix give us a good price for both. You got it. Let's see. If you're buying both of these, I'll do $8 off, which would be 26 and 16. 26 and 16. 26 and 16 on those. 26 and 16. $8 off. I think I did that math right. 4 and 4 off each. Yep. Patty said so. That was Air Supply. Sell that to Patty for $8. Final call, Colin. If you're passing, that goes to Doc for $25. And the Jamming with Edward is stickered for $34.99. $34.99. Jamming with Edward. Juan Gonzalez says, sounds good. So Tanner, these go to Juan for 16 and 26. 16 and 26 on those. Lisa offered 8 for the Eurythmics, which we had $9.99 on. Let's go ahead and sell that to Lisa Davidson. Now there's not much left, and what's left in here is good. Jamming with Edward. Neil Young Harvest. Oh my gosh. Young Americans. Billy Thorpe. Tres Hombres. John Porter. He countered back at $22.50. I'll sell that to you for $24. Another $1 off. The vinyl's beautiful. And then Andy offered $30 for Jamming. Let's go ahead and sell that to Andy for $30. That's $5 off that one. We'll see if John Porter wants that for $24. How could he say no, right? How could he say no? Neil Young, Young Americans. Got some Young here. Neil Young and Young Americans, Billy Thorpe. And then this sampler. I figured somebody usually buy these just to experiment. Who wants to pay $10 for the sampler? It has the Dickies on it and the Tubes. And Arthur Adams and Albert Lee. He said, okay, sold. So that is $24 on ZZ Top. And Michael Church said he was going to take it if John passed. It's already sold to John. And Paul Bill said he'd give 10 for the sampler. Now I'm going to leave it up to y'all if anybody wants these. There's 2 great albums there. And then Billy Thorpe, not bad either. It's got a heck of a saw mark in it, so don't be afraid to make an offer. We can almost empty a whole crate there, Tanner. That's sweet. Tanner said sweet. Okay. I've got plenty of new arrivals. I might do one more bin, or we can go ahead and knock out some half-off stuff. Let me find some more stuff to auction. I got an Alcatraz album here in our Japanese bin, No Parole from Rock and Roll. Alcatraz is a $45 start. Alcatraz, No Parole from Rock and Roll. It is a near mint, pristine Japanese pressing. It looks like it was not played. Look good in your collection. There's the Japanese flip, covering Obi, $45 start on Alcatraz, No Parole from Rock and Roll. Let's see here. Any more cassettes? Possibly. That's a good question. Let me see what's over here in this other new arrivals bin. Looks like it's check condition. Let me flip through the titles right quick. Aha. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. Yep, this is easy. Got some aha in there. No aha. I said aha. These are check condition titles. Looks like a hodgepodge of some of the best music of the 60s and 70s. Next auction, Alcatraz, $45 start. Auction number 2 is Bad Company, $20 start. Take a look at that. Bad Company, OG, Swan Song, very clean, no marks. Original black inner sleeve, Bad Company. Name of the band is Bad Company. Name of the album's Bad Company. The first song is Bad Company. $20 start. Alcatraz is a $45 start. That's a premium Japanese pressing. Check condition, new arrivals. Check condition, new arrivals. The Who, odds and sides. Somebody has decorated it with some stickers, but other than that, the vinyl is VG Plus $14.99. The Who, odds and sides. VG Plus $14.99. Crazy Elephant, or Elephant Crazy, one of the two. VG Plus $14.99. Crazy Elephant. Blue Bell Label $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. Crazy Elephant. Moby Grape. Moby Grape has the censored cover. He's shooting the bird there, or non-censored cover, I guess. This is an OG 67 Pitman. The vinyl is VG $34.99. Moby Grape. Moby Grape self-titled with the middle bird. They airbrushed that out later, just like the Alice Cooper sticking his thumb through the front of his pants. Magna Carta Seasons. This looks like it was at a radio station, WLVR. It's a white label promo, VG Plus $9.99. Magna Carta Seasons, VG Plus $9.99. Soul Survivors. When the whistle blows, anything goes with the Soul Survivors. Their hit is Expressway to Your Heart, VG Plus $14.99. Expressway to Your Heart. Bad Company 2020-21, now 30 with Stephen Chesney. After the Gold Rush, Neil Young, VG Plus $14.99. After the Gold Rush, Neil Young, VG Plus $14.99. New Riders of the Purple Sage, Gypsy Cowboy, New Riders of the Purple Sage, VG Plus $14.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits is a VG copy, $14.99. That's the original label in shrink wrap. We make sure there's not a poster tucked down in here. That would be a steal. No poster, VG $14.99. Mel Webster on Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. Bad Company's now at 35 with Stephanie Harder. Robert Plant, The Principle of Moments, VG $9.99. Bad Company is one of these bands they need to seriously look into reissuing and remastering their catalog. I'm sure y'all would all like to have a brand new sealed copy of Bad Company remastered. I would. Excuse me while I take a drink of water. I feel a lot better now. Been thirsty today. Queen Jazz, VG Plus, $24.99. Queen, their classic album, Jazz, VG Plus, $24.99. Stephanie is high bidder on Bad Company at 35. Final call on Alcatraz if you want to get in at 45 before I make it a buy it now. You might lose it. Eric Clapton Backless is a VG copy, $14.99. VG copy, $14.99. Clapton. Kristen Barnett on Queen Jazz. That's sold to Kristen Barnett. No poster with that one. Heart. Boy, this is weird. It's on Starline. VG copy, $14.99. Capital reissue on Starline. Heart Dreamboat Annie. That's a VG copy, $14.99. Queen the Game. Queen the Game is a VG, also about a VG cover, $14.99. The Game, $14.99. Electric Light Orchestra, Out of the Blue. ELO, Out of the Blue. EX, $29.99 for Electric Light Orchestra. Kristen Barnett on Heart. Kristen Barnett on Heart. And we have Happy Trails Quicksilver. VG copy, $9.99. Happy Trails Quicksilver. VG copy, $9.99. Ron Duffield, you were second on Heart. Quicksilver coming through. And that's a VG plus, $14.99. Mr. Steven, never mind, he just bid. I was about to say, let me know if you're in or out. Steven is at $40 on Bad Company. I'm going to go ahead and end Alcatraz. $45 buy it now if anybody wants that. Alcatraz, no pro from Rock and Roll. The only other auction that did not sell was the Jackson's Victory. It's still available also for $45 buy it now. The Dylan was VG covers and shrink wrap, $14.99. 2i. Kristen Barnett wants Queen. That was the Game. Does ELO have the inserts? We normally would make a note of that. I see an inner sleeve. No space station. No cool. Uh-oh, it has something. It has a poster. Yep, it has the poster, but I don't see any. If y'all didn't know, this album came with like a 3D cardboard cutout that made a space station. And it's really hard to find because that's something a lot of people definitely took out and put together. But that one doesn't have it. It does have like the poster flip though. Jared Benoit wants the Alcatraz for $45. Let me make sure I grab the right one here. Yep, that's sold to Jared Benoit for $45. John Young says he'll take the Dylan. Stephanie is at $45 on Bad Company. I do not have any Pepto-Bismol. No, you'll have to go to your local Walgreens or CVS for that. Seth is a pharmacist. He carries stuff in his coat pocket all the time. But no, can't help you there. Let me see what I can find else to auction. Might pull out some more OG stuff over here that was from this last kind of recent batch of stuff we got in. And just do some low starts and have some fun with it. Like the Doors, Absolutely Live. Let's put this up for auction. The Doors, Absolutely Live. We're going to slash some prices and get this sold. Nice. Like I told you, this cover usually has heavy ring wear. A light sign of it right here. Looks like the original generic inner sleeve. That's on the black and red Electra. But look how nice the vinyl is. Look how nice the vinyl is. Very, very nice. Let's do a $15 start on that. The Doors with Jim Morrison's conch shell belt leather pants. I wonder where those are at. That would probably bring 6 figures at auction. Jim Morrison's leather conch shell belt pants. $100,000 probably. What if I have? Bad Company's out. Stephanie has it for $45. Final call. All right. Next, we have VG Plus, BG's Trafalgar. This is VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. The Rolling Stones Some Girls, VG copy $14.99. The Rolling Stones Some Girl, VG copy $14.99. REO Speedwagon 9 Lives, VG $9.99. Loverboy Get Lucky, VG copy $9.99 in shrink wrap with hop sticker. Loverboy Get Lucky. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual, a VG copy $12.99. The Doors is at $18, now $20 with Monica. We have Bad Company sold and going to Stephanie Harder. Fred Carnell says Elon Price. Elon? Maybe ELO. ELO is EX $29.99. ELO is EX $29.99. The Doors was at 18, then 20. Let's see here. Stephanie Harder wants the Rolling Stones. Will there be a live after the sidewalk sale? Absolutely. We're not missing any sales. We're having a sale tomorrow and Saturday. That's sold to Stephanie. So she got Bad Company for $45 and just got the Rolling Stones. Michelle Phillips on Loverboy. Calvin Ward was second. Lisa Davidson third. Jedit wants Cyndi Lauper. And Soul Price. Soul Price. If that's something... I haven't seen anything with Soul on it. REO Speedwagon. Did somebody claim Quicksilver earlier? Soul Survivors, maybe, Doc? Soul Survivors is VG plus $14.99. The Doors is at $20 with Monica Malley. The Who's Greatest Hits, that's a VG copy, $9.99. Fred Carnell says he'll take the Electric Light Orchestra. Flock of Seagulls, Listen, VG plus $19.99. A Flock of Seagulls, Listen. Blondie, Auto American, VG copy, $14.99. Kansas, Leftoverture, VG plus. Carry On, My Wayward Son, VG plus $14.99. Kristen Barnett on The Who. Kristen Barnett on The Who. Jim Morrison's pants on that cover went for $43,700 in 1995. Wow, so they're actually still in existence. So if they sold for $43,000 20 years ago, they would bring over $100,000 now for sure. Colin Butler on Soul. I figured a pair of his pants wouldn't be cheap. Iconic. Colin, so Doc Smith, let me know if you want the Soul Survivors. If not, that's so to Colin. We have Brandon Jackson on A Flock of Seagulls. That's so to Brandon Jackson. Monica Malley on Blondie, Auto American. And we still got Carry On, My Wayward Son, which is Kansas Leftoverture. Oh, I forgot your question. I knew I was forgetting something, yes. Is Moby Grape mono? This is stereo. This is stereo. VG $34.99, 67 Pittman, uncensored cover, stereo. Thompson Twins, Here's the Future Days, VG plus $19.99. Styx, The Grand Illusion, VG plus $14.99. And The Best of Bachman Turner Overdrive, VG plus $9.99. Kansas Leftoverture sold to Ann Davis Manginelli. How cool would it be to have... Oh, by the way, we need to do a final call on this. No one else bid. We stalled at $20. Monica Malley, The Doors Absolutely Live. You can buy this for $20, or you can buy his pants for $100,000. Your pick. But final call on that for $20. Absolutely Live. But how cool would that be? Have that on a mannequin and be somebody walk in your house. Yep, that right there, what you're looking at is Jim Morrison's pants. People would probably be like, okay, how much did you spend on those? Andy Wade on BTO. That was the Bachman Turner Overdrive album here. That's sold to Andy Wade. He was first. David Tate was first to Styx. Lisa second on BTO. Darren third on BTO. Alvo, you were second on Styx. Jeff is in on The Doors at 21. So new bid on The Doors, 21. Monica's at 25. The Cars, Heartbeat City, VG plus $24.99. Stray Cats, Built for Speed. Stray Cats is VG plus $14.99. Stray Cats, Built for Speed, VG plus $14.99. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity, that's a VG plus $14.99. Rhonda Drawer on The Cars, Heartbeat City, that's sold to Rhonda. David Bowie Tonight is VG plus $24.99. Lisa Davidson on Stray Cats, that's sold to Lisa Davidson. And Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. Billy Idol's a VG $12.99. Andy Wade wants REO. That's High Infidelity. That's sold to Andy Wade. Ron Duffield, you were second on the Stray Cats. James Rayner second on REO, or actually, yeah, second on REO. And I'm just waiting for the Billy Idol comment to come in. There it is. Michelle Phillips on Rebel Yell. I think I've promoted this album for years and always like, yeah, it does have the Rebel Yell. Then I didn't realize it had Eyes Without a Face on it, which is also one of his more popular songs. So that's sold to Michelle. Rhonda was second. Men at Work, Business as Usual, their classic album from 1982. VG plus $19.99. Who Can It Be Now and Down Under. Those always sound really good. VG plus $19.99. And Ted Nugent, VG plus $9.99. This has first track coming in at 8 minutes and 22 seconds. Stranglehold. Craig Johnson wants Men at Work. Ted Nugent is a VG plus $9.99. Journey Infinity. Journey Infinity is a VG copy, $9.99. Philip Regaldo wants Bowie. That's tonight. That's sold to Philip and Jim Engelman on Journey. All right, so Jeff McMaster's at 27 on the Doors. Monica Malley, if you could let me know if you're in or out on the Doors, let me know. And Rhonda Drar on Ted Nugent. And that is sold. Ron Duffield, you were second on Journey. We have Sticks, Pieces of 8. That's a VG Plus $14.99. Hit Songs, Blue Collar Man and Renegade. VG Plus $14.99 on Sticks. Pink Floyd, Umaguma, VG Plus $39.99. There's our nightly copy of Umaguma. Monica says she's in. Okay, just waiting for a bid. I won't sell it. The Rolling Stones, Goat Head Soup is EX. This is one that doesn't come in as often. This and It's Only Rock and Roll. We can get any other Stones album, even their early stuff, but this, Goat Head Soup, and It's Only Rock and Roll, the ones, that's not a bad copy at EX either. $32.99. David Tate is going to take Sticks, that's sold to David Tate, and ZZ Top Eliminator, that's a VG Plus $24.99. Eliminator, that's got some hits on it. Legs. Give me all your lovin', Sharp Dressed Man. All right. Monica, I'm waiting for a bid. Jeff is too. He threw up a question mark. Jeff has the high bid at $27. We're just waiting for another bid to come in. Wayne Titsworth says, does Soup have the poster? I don't think you get any poster with your Soup with this one. It does have the original inner sleeve. Yes, it does have the original printed company, or not company, but the actual inner sleeve. There's Nicky Hopkins, by the way. That's EX $32.99. Wayne, if you pass, it's sold to James Rayner if Wayne passes, and then Andy Wade wants ZZ Top. All right, that was another eventful bin. Let's go through those one more time. Not going to be much left at all when I go through these a second time. And let's see what we have. And let me see if I can find another auction maybe. Wayne passes, so that goes to him. And let me figure out what's going on. Wow. Let's see what I got going over here. I got another Rolling Stones, where while we're on the subject of the Rolling Stones, we'll put this up for auction, and we'll put this Jimi Hendrix up for auction. We're going to be auctioning off some key classic rock artists tonight, it looks like. Oh my gosh, Seth has laid down something incredible over here in the Japanese pile. We'll do those in just a moment. Okay, still waiting for Monica to bid on the Doors. Might have lost connection. Martin, let's split the difference on the Pink Floyd, and I'll sell that to you for $35. That's a VG Plus. Let me know if you're okay with that. How much is the Sabbath to your right? That was a new arrival from last night. This is essentially Black Sabbath's greatest hits, the Ozzy years. $44.99. $44.99. James Rayner says he's going to pass on the Stones as well. So let's put back Goat Head Soup. $35 on that. Martin Pryor said deal, so Pink Floyd sold to Martin. Here's what's left in this. The Who's Odds and Sides. VG Plus $14.99. Mitchell Thomas said he will take Black Sabbath. We sold our soul. If anybody else wants a copy of that, let me know. Who Odds and Sides. Crazy Elephant was a VG Plus $14.99. Same price and condition as the Who. Magna Carta Seasons. That's a radio station white label promo. VG Plus $9.99. New Riders of the Purple Sage, Gypsy Cowboy, VG Plus $14.99. Robert Plant, The Principle of Moments. This has two of his biggest songs as a solo artist, In the Mood, I'm in the Mood for a Melody, and Big Log, VG copy, $9.99. Okay, Monica's, there's the bid we were looking for, 29 on the Doors. So Jeff, now you know, Monica's at 29 on the Doors. Let's put this up for auction. This is the Historia de la Música Rock, which is a Spanish Rolling Stones compilation, as in Madrid, Spain. This is early Rolling Stones songs, but it also includes stuff like Honky Tonk Women and Jumpin' Jack Flash and Get Off My Cloud. There's the Keith Richards song, Connection, Satisfaction, and then their early stuff like Carol and Route 66. We're going to put this up for just a $5 start. The Rolling Stones, $5 start. It's in shrink wrap, and the vinyl looks unplayed. That's a very nice copy. $5 start on that. Okay, so Rolling Stones, A Goat Head Soup is EX $32.99. That was sold and then put back. And Jeff McMaster, You're Out on the Doors. Monica has that for $29. Brittany said $750 on Magna Carta. Go ahead and sell that to Brittany Bragg for $750. The Rolling Stones is at 5 and 5 and now 15. Eric Clapton, backless. VG copy $14.99. Quicksilver, Happy Trails, Quicksilver Messenger Service. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Jeff's back in on the Doors at 30. Rolling Stones is at 16. Quicksilver Coming Through is a VG plus $14.99. BG's Trafalgar, VG plus $14.99. REO Speedwagon, 9 lives. That's a VG $9.99. Moby Grape, VG $34.99. 67 Pittman. And another Thompson Twins. Here's the Futures Day. This has Lay Your Hands on Me. I think that was one of their hits. And what was the other one on here? I know for sure that one. VG plus $19.99. Okay, I'm going to auction this Hendrix in just a second. Okay, let me get it updated here. So the Stones jumped very quickly to 15 and then 16. Jeff McMaster's at 30 on the Doors. Andy bid 16 on the Stones. Darren's out. Yaski offered 26 for Moby Grape. Darnell Wright. Let's see. Moby Grape. Let's see. What did we have an offer for that? 26. 220. Okay. Yaski. 20. I'm going to do a counter for $2 more. That'd be $28. And I think that's $28. I'll do $28 on that, Mr. Yaski. Rolling Stones 20. Rolling Stones 20. Mitchell was in first at 20. Andy's at 21. The Thompson Twins was VG plus $19.99. Quicksilver Coming Through and Quicksilver Bundle. Actually, I was going to do a bundle. Steve Henry read my mind, but James, you asked first. Quicksilver Coming Through, 12. Yeah, I'll do 12 on that one. I'll do 12 on that one. If you want both of them, 20. So say yes, 12, or sold 12, or if you want both of them, 20. So just let me know. So James Rayner is going to end up with one of those two possibly. Carol Puckett's at 25 on the Stones. Mitchell's out. Monica's back in on the Doors at 35. Alvo also offered best price on Quicksilver. Yaski said sold on this for 28. Yaski got Moby Grape for $28. And Brent McKinney said Door or Stones 28. Well, it didn't sell for $32.99, so I'll sell it to you for 28. Sell that to Brent McKinney for $28. Same price as Moby Grape to Yaski. We'll see if James Rayner wants both of these for 20 or that one for 12. I'll put those right back in here so I don't forget. And Andy's out on the Rolling Stone. So he said sold on Quicksilver for 12, and that was Coming Through. All right. Steve Henry, if you want that one for 8, just let me know. Steve Henry, I'll sell you Happy Trails for $8 if you want it. Jeff's out on the Doors. I'm going to go ahead and end that because it's been up for a while. Monica Malley gets the Doors for $35. That's absolutely live. Let's go ahead and sell that to Monica for $35. And I was looking for the high bid on the Stones. I'm pretty sure it's Carol Puckett. It is. Carol Puckett's at $25 on the Stones. Historia de la Musica Rock. Carol's at $25. And Brent McKinney said sold, and that was Goathead Soup, $28. All right, and then we'll see if Steve Henry wants that for 8. That leaves the Thompson Twins, REO Speedwagon, the Bee Gees, Eric Clapton, Robert Plant, New Riders of the Purple Sage, Crazy Elephant, and The Who. Those are all available. They're not going anywhere. They're right here next to me. If you change your mind on anything, just let me know. Let me put those over here and those over here. That's another empty crate. I got 2 more entire crates of half off, or 2 more entire crates of new arrivals to show. Let me figure out what to go through here. I feel like we need to recap some kind of new vinyl of some sort. That crate there, I think, has been gone through a few times. I just went through that one. I really don't maybe have much to go through. Let me see what's in this bin. Bush, Wasp, Crocus. Maybe we just stick with some vintage. Ryan says no recaps. No, I got plenty of new stuff. Don't worry. I got plenty of new stuff. Or we'll go through some half off. Okay, The Who. Let's sell that to Rudder Butter. Let's sell that to Rudder Butter for $10. Let's go ahead and sell the Stones. That's the Carol Puckett for $25. So $10 for Rudder Butter on the Who. That's sold to Carol at auction for $25. And Clay Moore wants the Robert Plant Principle of Moments out of the last crate. Okay, next auction. I'll show that crate of new vinyl. I just stepped away from it. This is the Jimi Hendrix Concerts. The Jimi Hendrix Concerts. This is a 2 LP. Lots of information there in the gatefold. Couple cool shots of Jimi. The vinyl is very, very nice. This is an official press. It's not one of those releases that came out later. This is actually on reprise. This has got selections from Winterland, San Diego, Sports Arena, New York Pop, Albert Hall, more Winterland, Berkeley, and this is a 2 LP live Jimi Hendrix, $20 start on that. So Jimi Hendrix is a $20 start, and I got a couple new Japanese pressings over here. For those that missed out on Men at Work earlier, here's a really good one. Men at Work, business as usual, $45 start, pristine Japanese pressing, pristine Japanese pressing. Business as Work, or excuse me, I combined the names. Men at Work, business as usual. Near mint, pristine Japanese pressing. There's the lyric insert, 2-page flip. Beautiful. $45 start on that. Jimi Hendrix is a $20 start if anybody wants to get that rolling. That's a 2 LP live Jimi Hendrix compilation. Let me go through some of that new vinyl that I was just telling y'all about. And last night we rolled over here, and I still need to go through the N's, the O's, the P's, and the S's. I think I skipped a letter there, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. We rolled the card over here and went through some alphabetical order stuff. I'll do that before we go off the air tonight. We need to finish the alphabet because we sold a lot out of our ABC bins last night. Jimi Hendrix 20 and 20. Let's go through a bin of new vinyl right quick just to keep the show a little bit balanced. And then I'm either going to do new arrivals or we'll go grab a half-off bin. I'd prefer to do half-off because I'm trying to clear out some bins to fill up new stuff for our in-store sale tomorrow. We have White Zombie Astro Creep 2000, new and sealed, $38.99. Astro Creep 2000, $38.99. And we have La Sexta Risto, Devil Music Volume 1, also by White Zombie. So that's the two White Zombie titles that are in print for Music on Vinyl. Ministry, the Sphinctor, that's limited to 1,000 on red vinyl, numbered on the back, $44.99. High bid on Jimi Hendrix is now $27 with Orlando Martinez. We have 3 bidders. Orlando's the high bidder. I got 2 copies of Ministry. Here is some metal, Artillery, Fear of Tomorrow, limited to 1,000 on Blade Bullet colored vinyl, $38.99 for Artillery, Fear of Tomorrow. Crocus, Headhunter. Crocus Headhunter is the 40th anniversary, limited to 1,500 on silver and black marbled vinyl. That is $44.99. Coldplay Parachutes, $31.99. That has their hit song Yellow on it. Crimson Glory. I thought I sold the last copy last night, but here's one more. Crimson Glory, Transcendence, limited to 1,500 on blue vinyl, $39.99. Wasp, Inside the Electric Circus. Wasp, Inside the Electric Circus is $39.99. Hendrix 27, Darren Wortman wants White Zombie Astro Creep. That's sold to Darren Wortman. And we have Wasp Live in the Raw, $46.99. Wasp Live in the Raw, $46.99. So Inside the Electric Circus and Live. Arcade Fire, Funeral, $28.99 for Arcade Fire. Pussifer, Money Shot. Pussifer is $39.99 for Money Shot, and we got 2 copies of that. The Cramps, Look Mom No Head. The Cramps is $33.99. The Cramps is $33.99, and Blues Traveler, $49.99. 2 copies of that available. Black Label Society, Doom Crew Inc. That's a 2 LP, limited edition clear and black ice. $39.99, Black Label Society. Kanye West, $36.99. The College Dropout, Kanye West, $36.99. Greta Van Fleet, Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army, $36.99. All right, Craig is at 28 on Jimi Hendrix. Orlando, you're out. If anybody else wants in, let me know. If you're out, say out. Final call if you want to bid on Men at Work for $45, the Japanese pressing. If not, I'll make it a buy it now, and I bet there's somebody on standby. Now Dance the 80s, Now Dance the 80s, which is a 3 LP colored vinyl. This is 80s dance hits, $59.99 triple LP from Now. 3 copies left of Overkill, Taken Over, and that is the Classic album, half-speed mastered on pink marbled vinyl, taken over, $34.99. This is Dirt Redo, as in Alice in Chains Dirt. This is not Alice in Chains. This is a cover. This has got great reviews on it, $36.99. If you want the actual Alice in Chains album, I have that too, but a lot of people have purchased that from us. The Cult Love, $31.99. And Pearl Jam, this is not binaural, this is Pearl Jam No Code, $37.99. Milkcrates.com is where we get our crates. Oh, one more record. Bush Razor Blade Suitcase. And Craig, whoever wanted 16 Stone, I do not have 16 Stone. I got confused. I've got Razor Blade Suitcase. That's on pink vinyl, $36.99. Jimi Hendrix, Orlando's back in at $29. If anybody wants Men at Work, it's a $45 buy it now. You can grab that now, $45. It's perfect. Anybody else want anything in here? Just let me know. Just let me know. We still got White Zombie. I have the other White Zombie too, we sold out of. Ministry, Artillery, Crocus, Coldplay, Crimson Glory, Wasp, Arcade Fire, Pussifer, The Cramps, Blues Traveler, Black Label Society, Kanye West, Greta Van Fleet, Now, The 80s, Overkill, Dirt Redo, The Cult, Pearl Jam, and Bush. Those are all available. Craig or anybody else, please let me know if you're in or out on Hendrix. If you are, I'll go ahead and sell that to Orlando Martinez. It is hot in here. We might need to flip the AC on for a second. All right, let's do a bin. I hate doing a half-off bin and then going back to new arrivals because everybody's going to be in like the make offer mood. But let's do that. I'm going to do a bin of half-off stuff, and then we'll come back and do a new arrivals bin. We're going to be doing half off, not necessarily during part 1 too much, but the part 2 half off series we do, that's going to be continuing for a while. I probably have, I don't know, we could do 30 crates of half off probably. There's a bunch. So, okay, everybody's being awfully quiet. My gosh. Everybody let me know where you're watching from. Let's get the chat just flooded with comments right now. Everybody let me know where you're watching from. I usually do it when we first come on, but let's do it right now. We need the chat like bottlenecked with comments. It's getting way too quiet. We're going to go ahead and sell Jimi Hendrix to Orlando Martinez for $29. Orlando got that for $29. All right. While the comments are slowing down, I'll be putting up new records. Let me show you something that we have a lot of stock of that's one of our best sellers, and some people may not know we have these. Warrant Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. We still have these on the limited edition colored vinyl. If you did not know that, we have Warrant Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich in stock on the limited edition 3000 clear vinyl. This is on clear vinyl. Their debut album, $44.99. Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. I have those in stock. I also have Cherry Pie, and I also have Dog Eat Dog. So in order, I've got Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, Cherry Pie, and Dog Eat Dog, the first 3 Warrant albums. I have those in stock if anybody wants any. All right, we're going to do a bin of half off, and then I'm going to come back and go through a bin of new arrivals. Or not come back, we'll go through a bin of new arrivals next. Let's see here. This is what I like to see. Lots of comments. Michael, I've already sold Jimi Hendrix. Sorry, I already called that sold to Orlando after you asked that. I'm so sorry, Michael Word. I had just missed that. I didn't even see you say that. My bad. Let's see. I was curious, all these locations. Wow. All over the place again. Very cool. Thanks for watching. If you're watching and buying from us, you are supporting a small business here in Tennessee. And like I said the other night, we're doing renovations on our store because we are growing at this exponential rate. So Thanks, everybody. We got 3 big collections we're going to buy next week. If y'all like new arrivals, whew, we got some. We're going to be all over the country next week. I'm talking about all over the country. Let's pull a dog eat dog for Philip Regaldo. Those are either up here or in the back. But Philip, we got you one. If anybody else wants a warrant, let me know. We got hundreds of them. Okay, half off bin. I'm going to be telling you the half off price, okay? I'll be telling you the half off price. Coleman Hawkins. Coleman Hawkins is $7.50. If I missed anything in the comments during all those locations, let me know. Okay? Coleman Hawkins, $7.50. Walk on the Wild Side soundtrack, Elmer Bernstein. That is $10. Walk on the Wild Side soundtrack. The Cool Scene, 12 New Ways to Fly. The Cool Scene, that is $10. Doc Smith, first on Coleman Hawkins. We have arrived at our first half off bin. So if you see anything you want, just claim it as fast as you can. These are all half off. Please don't make any offers. They're half off. We can talk about offers later. I may move on pretty fast from these though, because I have new arrivals still to show before it gets too late. So I would just say claim these if you can. Fist or claim them if you want them. Not if you can. You definitely can. That's up to you though. Colin Butler, first to the Cool Scene. We had Fist. We had Michael Pender, The Promise. That is $7.50. Michael Pender, The Promise. Gary Wright, The Light of Smiles. Gary Wright's in shrink wrap, $7.50. Zager and Evans in the year 2525. Half off price on that is $10. Gilbert O'Sullivan himself featuring Alone Again. $5 on Gilbert O'Sullivan. The Village People, their self-titled first album, $7.50 on The Village People. The Best of Brian Auger. The Best of Brian Auger, $10 on BA. Joe Sample, Voices in the Rain. Joe Sample is $5. Brian Auger's Oblivion Express, Live Oblivion, Volume 2, $10. Doc Smith got Coleman Hawkins. Colin Butler got Cool Scene. Then we had a couple requests. Terrell Lassiter wants to put back Audio Slave. He's going to come by in the shop. He's going to be in the shop this weekend. And Steve Henry wants Gilbert O'Sullivan. Gilbert O'Sullivan, that's sold to Steve Henry. And John Porter on VP, Village People. That's sold to John Porter. Dan Fogelberg, Captured Angel. That is $5. Dan Fogelberg, Captured Angel. Honky Tonk Organ, Bill Doggett. That is $7.50. Honky Tonk Organ. Invisible Moods. Invisible Moods is $10. Invisible Moods. Beautiful Days of My Youth, Bobby Laurel. That is $5. Bobby Laurel. DJ Drews is $7.50. DJ Drews, the Everly Brothers. Songs Our Daddy Taught Us. VG Plus, $7.50. The Everly Brothers. Dion and the Belmonts, Everything You Always Wanted to Hear by Dion and the Belmonts. That is $5. This is Hammersmith Is Out soundtrack. Hammersmith Is Out soundtrack, $10. That's a WMOT radio station promo. The Temptations, Wings of Love, $7.50. The Temptations, Wings of Love. And Daddy Dewdrop. Daddy Dewdrop, $10. Pam Dickens on the Everly Brothers. That's sold to Pam Dickens. Did I miss VP from John Porter? Or did I already pull that? Did I already pull a VP? I pulled something wrong there. That was... Okay, Village People, I did pull that. Pam Dickens wants the Everly Brothers. And John Porter on the Temptations. Okay. Chet Atkins, stay tuned. Chet Atkins is $5. That is a gold stamp promo. Sax in Motion, King Curtis. King Curtis is $10. Sax in Motion. Donovan, Barbara Jaggle. Donovan is $7.50. Steve Winwood, Talking Back to the Night. VG Plus, $7.50. Paul Gill, first on Chet Atkins. Godly and Cream. That is $10. Godly and Cream. Dante, The Divine Comedy. That is $10. Inferno, Cantos 1 through 6, read by Ian Richardson. $10. Lisa, you were second on Chet Atkins, and Larry Smith, you were third. $1 Billion Brain soundtrack, that is Sealed, $15. James Rayner first on SW, that's Steve Winwood, sold to James Rayner. And Walt Disney Presents the one and only genuine originally family house band or family band. That is $10 after the half off. $10 after the half off. Let me put up 2 new Japanese auctions. Men at Work is still available. We've got Elton John, Best 20, and Dead or Alive, Youthquake. These are really cool. And we got $45 and $35 starts. This is a Japanese compilation of Elton John's Best 20, which is a 20-track compilation. Wow, very nice. Pristine. Actually, it's best 20, but I think it's 16 songs. Yeah, it's 16 songs. 16 songs. Japanese flip with the lyrics. All the great stuff. That's a $45 start. That is immaculate with Obi. Elton John best 20. $45 start on that. And we have Dead or Alive, Youthquake. Look how nice. Their hit songs, You Spin Me Round. $35 start. Also looks unplayed. There's the LP. There's the Japanese booklet. And the cover, really nice, especially for a black cover. $35 start on that. Jared McLaughlin, first on Godly and Cream. Let's see, Godly and Cream is right here. And then Tommy says, does Daddy Dewdrop have Chickaboom? It is, first track. I have a feeling Tommy Flowers is going to want that. Just let me know if you do. I've already laid it in sold. Iceland on the Rocks. Iceland on the Rocks. This half off price is $10, $19.80 with press kit. Spirit Feedback, $10 on Spirit Feedback. Johnny Burnett hits and other favorites. Johnny Burnett is a VG copy, $6.50. Lee Greenwood, Somebody's Gonna Love You. That's a sealed copy, $10. The Great Gatsby soundtrack is $10. Giant soundtrack, $7.50. What's New Pussycat, music by Burt Bacharach, $7.50. Slam Dance, original motion picture soundtrack, Slam Dance, $10 after the half off. Pink Cadillac soundtrack, that is $10. And Dan Aykroyd, My Stepmother is an Alien, $10 after the half off. Pam Dickens on Great Gatsby, and Larry Smith on JB, which was Johnny Burnett. That's sold to Larry Smith. Jared McLaughlin on Spirit Feedback. That's sold to Jared McLaughlin. Ron Duffield on Slam Dance, and Kristen Barnett on My Stepmother is an Alien. Okay, Elton John, we're looking for a $45 and $35 start. $45 and $35 start on those. Love Story in shrink wrap, $10. Sears price tag. Loving Couples soundtrack is $10. Hold On, Herman's Hermits, music from the original motion picture soundtrack. VG Plus, $5. Fame, original soundtrack from the motion picture. Fame, that's a white label promo, $12.50. The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, that's a wild cover. Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, $10. Alan Heavalone, first on Fame. That's sold to Alan. If you just joined us, we're doing a half-off bin. Then we've got some new arrivals for you. Fatal Beauty soundtrack. Fatal Beauty's also $10. Alan's going to pass on Fame. Sell that to Alice Lowry. She was second. So Alice gets Fame. This is, I forgot the name of this. Electric Glide in Blue. Electric Glide in Blue soundtrack. That's also $10. Let me figure out where my spot is. We've hit a pocket of soundtracks. Cabaret soundtrack, $10. Michael Stern's Chronos, that is $10 after the half off. Original soundtrack recording. Brian C. on Electric Glide. And The Courier, featuring music by U2. Pogues. Wow, $10. Billy Jack, white label promo. Billy Jack original motion picture soundtrack, white label promo. That is $15. Corey Wade wants Fatal and Electric. We've already sold Electric Guide, but you can have Fatal Beauty. Nick Bargeron on EGB, that was Electric Guide. That's already sold. Artist on Fatal Beauty. James, that's already sold. Lisa Davidson on Cabaret, CAB. That's sold to Lisa Davidson. Craig Thomas on Courier, COU. That's sold to Craig Thomas. Pam Dickens on Billy Jack. Kristen Barnett, second on Courier. Corey Wade says, disregard Fatal. Okay. So that means that might go to James Rayner. We'll have to read him the tracks, though. And then Stacy was second on Billy Jack. Everything is bought now. I'm going to maybe go through the bin very quickly. You can claim them at half off, or I don't know, I may go ahead and just put up the next bin right after this one. So, final call on these if you want to bid. And you can pull the Fatal out for Corey, and then we'll read the tracks on that. Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, that is $10. Hank Williams Jr., A Time to Sing, $12.50 soundtrack. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Jumpin' Jack Flash was $10. And Any Which Way You Can, the soundtrack music from Clint Eastwood, $12.50. Lee Greenwood, Inside and Out, $5 on Lee Greenwood. The Forrester Sisters, $7.50 on the Forrester Sisters. Lacey J. Dalton, Hard Times, EX, $6.50. Charlie Daniels Band, Windows, $12.50. Mike Cross, Alive and Kickin'. Mike Cross is $6.50. The Kate Brothers, In One Eye and Out the Other, that is $5. Let's see here. Brian Ligon wants Any Which Way. That's sold to Brian Ligon. Patty Anderson Williams was second. And Paul Gill wants Charlie Daniels Band. Okay, I think I've had 3 or 4 people ask the track listing on Elton John. I guess Craig has checked out for a little bit. So let me read off these tracks. It's his essential hits. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Crocodile Rock, Your Song, Honky Cat, Have Mercy on the Criminal, Sweet Painted Lady, Blues for My Baby and Me, Beanie and the Jets. That's just side 1. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, Danielle, The Ballad of Danny Bailey, Rocket Man, It's Me That You Need, Hercules, I've seen that movie too, and All the Girls Love Alice from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. High bid on that is $45 with Steve Henry. If anybody wants Youthquake, it's a $35 buy it now. Youthquake is a $35 buy it now, dead or alive. Okay, the tracks on Fatal Beauty, Donna Allen, Madam X, Mickey Howard, The System, Debbie Gibson, War, Shannon, that's some of the artists. $10 on that. And then someone asked how much was Dion. Let me see here. Boy, when did I show that? I don't know if that's in here anymore. I'll have to come back to that one. Sleepy LaBeef. It ain't what you eat, it's the way you chew it. Wow, Sleepy LaBeef, $7.50. Ronnie McDowell, Country Boy's Heart, that's also $7.50. Ronnie McDowell, America Music, $7.50. Ronnie McDowell, Love to Burn, $7.50. Ronnie McDowell, All Tied Up in Love, $7.50. Eddie Rabbit, $5. My Time Ain't Long, Jimmy Rogers, $7.50. Lee Greenwood, You've Got a Good Love Coming, that is sealed, $15. Chip Taylor's Last Chance, VG copy, $5. Rowan and Martin at Work, $7.50. Catar, C-A-T-R, Country Classics, that's $5. The Whites, Forever You, $7.50. Joe Sun, Out of Your Mind, $7.50. John Schneider, Trying to Outrun the Wind, that is sealed, $15. Kenny Rogers Gideon is $5. And The Good Life, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, that is $5. Patty Anderson Williams first on the Eddie Rabbit. Steve Henry gets the Elton John for $45. That's sold to Steve Henry for $45. I'll put up 2 new auctions in just a second. I'm going to read through these one more time extremely quickly. This would be a great time if you decide you want to throw an offer out on something. Now's the time to do it. And this will be the last time I go through these. So this is like a final call, last time of your life. We have Walk on the Wild Side. That is $10. Fist, $10. Michael Pender, The Promise, $7.50. Gary Wright was $7.50. Zager and Evans, $25.25. $10. The Best of Brian Auger, $10. Joe Sample, Voices in the Rain, $5. Brian Auger's Oblivion Express, $10. Dan Fogelberg, Captured Angel, $5. Bill Dodgett is $7.50. Invisible Moods, $10. Bobby Laurel is $5. Laurie Anderson, $5. Jennifer is $10. Hammersmith is Out, $10. Walt Disney Presents the One and Only Genuine Original Family Band, $10. J.D. Drews, $7.50. Saxon Motion, King Curtis, $10. Donovan is $7.50. Dante, The Divine Comedy, was $10. Rudder Butter on Dion. I guess there was a Dion in there. Oh, that's why. It's one of those kind of hidden covers. That's sold to Rudder Butter. $1 Billion Brain, $15. Iceland on the Rocks. That is not a comp. Whoever asked that earlier. That is a actual, that's an album. It has a press kit with it. That's the artist. Let me find Ringo for John Young. Let me figure out what I've done with that. Sentimental Journey. Sell that to John Young for $9.99. Lee Greenwood, $10. Giant soundtrack, $7.50. What's New Pussycat? Burt Bacharach, that's $7.50. Kristen Barnett on Invisible Moods, that's sold to Kristen Barnett. Pink Cadillac soundtrack. Love Story, Loving Couples, Herman's Hermits Hold On, The Four Horsemen. Here's the soundtrack batch. Chronos, Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, A Time to Sing, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Lee Greenwood, Forster Sisters, Lacey J. Dalton, Mike Cross, the Kate Brothers, another soundtrack, Fatal Beauty, Sleepy LaBeef. Then we had the Ronnie McDowell section. Jimmy Rogers, Lee Greenwood, Chip Taylor, Rowan and Martin, Country Classics, The Whites, Joe Sun, John Schneider, and Roy Rogers. And we're going to sell Josh Ragland, the Disney movie, for $5. The Burt Bacharach, What's New Pussycat, sell that for $5 too. Let me find that. That's right here. That's sold to Brittany Bragg. And what was JR? JR. And that's also what Paul Gill wants. Y'all let me know what that was, and I'll pull it. I'll find it and pull it. Steve Henry, whatever it is, you'll have to let me know. All right, let me see what's in this new bin of new arrivals here. Oh, my gosh. Well, it starts out with Wilson Pickett and Judas Priest. That's good. Let me see what's in here. Oh, yeah, great new arrivals here. It looks like some of them are check condition, some of them are not, so you'll have to pay attention to this batch. And once again, another great selection of new arrivals here. So let's go through these here. Let's go through these here. That was Jimmy Rogers. Okay, Steve Henry, let me know if you want that at full price. If not, Paul Gill wants it. Jimmy Rogers was right up front here. So, Steve, let me know if you want that at full price. Let me know. Greg Stone, the Qatar. I will give you a very quick sample of some of the artists on that. That's sold to Steve Henry if he wants it. Some of this is, let's see, Henson Cargill, Willie Nelson, George Jones, Jerry Smith, Lynn Anderson, George Hamilton, Jan Howard, Billy Walker, Jerry Wallace, Jeannie Seeley, Del Reeves, Slim Whitman, Win Stewart, Walter Brennan, and Bob Willis and Tommy Duncan. That is $5 if you want it. Steve said he'll take that at the full half-off price, and that's sold to Greg Stone if he wants it. New arrivals. These are sticker price. Some of them are check condition. Some of them are not. Looks like there's a batch of really good stuff in here again. Kansas Leftoverture, VG Plus, $14.99. Kansas Leftoverture, VG Plus, $14.99. Sticks 2. Has a little bit of damage along the bottom of the cover. EX Plus, the vinyl's very nice though, $19.99. Sticks 2. EX Plus. Bachbusters. Wow, that's interesting looking. Bachbusters, EX copy, $14.99. The Best of the Pointer Sisters, $9.99. Best of the Pointer Sisters. David Matthews with Whirlwind, Shuggy Wanna Boogie, $14.99. Jeff McMaster first on BB. Bachbusters, that's sold to Jeff McMaster. BB King, LA Midnight is a VG Plus, $14.99. Bobby Bland, Two Steps from the Blues. Wow, that's a VG Plus, $19.99. It's an early mono repress, so it's not really a reissue, it's just a repress, not a first press, but still on that original Duke label. VG Plus, $19.99. Alan Hevalone on PS, that's the Pointer Sisters. Jetty was second and Jeff McMaster first on Bobby Bland. He's going to pass on the Qatar Country Classics. If anybody wants that for $5, let me know. You might have to open your wallet for this one, but we've sold one before. This one don't have any cover damage either, it looks like. Rush Permanent Waves, a pristine Japanese pressing. $150 start. We've sold one before. $150 start. Rush Permanent Waves, a pristine Japanese pressing. Look at this. Begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion, unobtrusive. Wow. That's the lyrics to Spirit of the Radio. $150 start on Rush Japanese press. Rush Japanese pressings, not easy to come by. Qatar is sold, and that is sold to John Duran at half off, to John Duran. All right, so here's the buy it nows we have, if anybody's interested, before I'm going to stack them very nicely over here Dead or Alive, Youthquake, $35 buy it now. Men at Work was a $45 buy it now. And the Jacksons was a $45 buy it now. Those are all available. Let me go ahead and grab a couple more auctions over here. We sold some other stuff out of this bin. Let me see what else is over here. Don't think too long about Rush. You can bid. Nobody might not bid against you, or you can wait for the buy it now. We'll see what happens. We got a Velvet Underground here. It's a reissue. Also, that reminds me, I still got to send Cindy Carroll the other Velvet Undergrounds we have in stock. I've got like 9 crates of high-end bin records that we haven't gone back through in a long time. Like 9 crates. They're all stacked up here behind the counter. I'm honestly going to try to knock them out tonight. So if you do come in store shopping tomorrow, those will be on sale. And that tomorrow night, we'll probably go through those and I'll have them on sale here. So Craig Johnson's at $150 on Rush. Let's auction this. This is the Velvet Underground. The Velvet Underground, their self-titled album. We had this marked as a 2002 blue vinyl reissue. 2002 blue vinyl reissue. And we'll put that up for a $25 start. Velvet Underground, self-titled. $25 start on that. Rush is at $150. Next auction is I'm going to slash the price on this Beatles and this really clean copy of Something New, and I'll put that up for auction. Back to the new arrival bin. We have Mark Egan, Mosaic, $11.99. Mark Egan, Mosaic. Sheena Easton, Do You, that's EX, $9.99. Sean's at $25 on Velvet Underground. George Duke, Thief in the Night, white label promo, $11.99. Kenny Rogers, The Heart of the Matter. Kenny Rogers is $9.99. Farrell and Farrell, Choices, $9.99. I don't know if Sean Kelly was asking Sheena how much or claiming it. Sean, if you want that, it's EX $9.99. If so, just say Sheena sold. Velvet Underground, $25.25, now $26, 3 different bidders. Final call on Rush. Craig Johnson has that for $150. Yes Songs. Yes Songs. With the book, EX condition, $31.99. Sean was claiming, so Sean gets that. Sean is a viewer over in the UK. What time is it there, Sean? I saw where Metallica was playing this morning in Amsterdam, or about lunchtime probably. It was morning for me. But I was like, wow, there was their first show on their new tour. They played in Amsterdam. 3 a.m. Wow. Deep Purple, made in Japan. VG copy, $21.99. I need to have a day show one time. I need to do a day show because I know we have international viewers on our Facebook page just to see who would tune in. We need to get in the back when we get our new wall built, Tanner. Go live one day about high noon and see what happens. I guarantee we would have people watching and buying records. I would put money we would sell some records at 12 noon randomly during the day. There'd be people on their lunch break. It would happen, especially if I said we're going to bring out some new stuff. There'd be people taking off from work. Janie Street, Heroes, Angels, and Friends, $9.99. Janie Street. Tim Story, Untitled. This is a Euro import, $14.99. Zap 3, Gold Stamp promo, $14.99. Zap 3, $14.99. Win Over America, $9.99 until every LP in the store is sold. My gosh, Doug would just go ahead and shoot me. There would be a bullet probably right through my body. Doug would be like, I've had enough, Chad. That I'm not packing 50 million records. Rush is, or Ed. Rush is sold to Craig Johnson for $150. Craig, I own one of these myself. You're going to enjoy that. That is very, very nice. If nobody wants to spend $150 on a premium Japanese pressing, we have new copies of Permanent Waves for $39.99. If anybody wants a new copy, $39.99. Aaron Gardner on Zap. Aaron Gardner was first to Zap. Don't get those too often. Alan, you were second. Brittany's at 32 on the Velvet Underground. And Fred Carnell's at 35 on Velvet Underground. Okay, let's auction this Beatles Something New. We had this one. This is a nice copy. By the way, we did not do this, but it looks like there was some sticker residue and somebody kind of camouflaged it. It looks like they peeled off a sticker and they camouflaged it with some black Sharpie. I promise you, we did not do that. We never alter covers. But somebody touched that up with a black Sharpie. This is a nice copy, though, as far as the vinyl. What else is in here? Well, it's got a inner sleeve that don't go with it, but then here's the original Capitol inner sleeve. This looks, yeah, that probably was the original inner sleeve. Nice jacket, though. A little bit of chipping there on the spine. We have it as a 64 stereo, and we'll put that up for a $20 start. Let me show you the label. $20 start on the Beatles Something New. Wow, that is very nice. That's very nice. $20 start on the Beatles Something New. That's now up for auction. You really can't tell that until you turn it. Just see how the light when it hits it. But somebody's done a really good job camouflaging that Sharpie. If we ever alter a cover, we re-glue seams. This is a 68, 69 pressing. Thank you. So I think that's what our other Beatles in-house expert said when I showed it last time. 68 to 69. So yeah, $20 start on that. Very nice. It has that first Capitol label. That's what's tricky about those. Those labels were, but there is a couple, a subsidiary of Capitol. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The label looks the same all the way until this point right here, which is the writing down here at the bottom. Manufactured by Capitol Records, a subsidiary of Capitol Industries. That means it's a little bit later than 64. Okay, final call on Velvet Underground 27. If anybody wants to get that rolling, $20 start. These are all buy it nows. These are all buy it nows. Greatest hits of the National Lampoon. EX copy, $9.99. It has an odd mark on it, should not affect play. Probably some kind of blimp in the vinyl. Oh, this right here, yeah. Like a little hazy mark. Little hazy mark there, that's not going to affect it. $9.99 anyways. Pinkard and Bowden. Pinkard and Bowden, this is sealed. $19.99. Pinkard and Bowden, that is sealed, $19.99. Jungle Drums, Morton Gold and his orchestra. This is a living stereo title, $9.99. Probably a 70s reissue. Britney's back in on the Velvet Underground at 40. Tommy Flowers wants NL, National Lampoons. Greg Stone wants the Pinkard. And John Young wants Jungle Drums, living stereos. And they said probably, let's take a look at the label. Yeah, red seal label. That is $9.99. That's sold to John Young. David Sanborn, As We Speak. EX Plus, $9.99. David Sanborn, As We Sink. A Different Drummer, Buddy Rich. VG Plus, $9.99. David Qualley, Soliloquy. Solo Guitar, $9.99. Spectrum with Direct Flight. Direct Disc Records. Spectrum with Direct Flight. Special Limited Edition. $9. Looks like a audiophile type pressing. Doc Smith on Buddy. Buddy Rich. Velvet Underground's at 41. Final call on the Beatles. John Young has that for $20. Final call on the Beatles, Something New. Anytime at all. Tell me why. And I love her. I'm just happy to dance with you. Stone the Crows. Never seen this one. Teenage Licks. Stone the Crows. VG on the vinyl, $11.99. The top seam is split. Stone the Crows. VG, $11.99. Elmore James. Southside Blues. Eddie Taylor and Jimmy Reed. VG copy, $14.99. Billy Preston. The Kids and Me. Billy Preston. VG plus, $14.99. Jim Mullen and Dick Morrissey, Up. That is EX Plus, $11.99. Produced by AWB, Average White Band maybe. Don Sepsky, Three Works for Jazz Soloist and Symphony Orchestra. That is $9.99. And Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Works Volume 1, VG Plus, $24.99. That is the trifold. Okay, Velvet Underground 42. Michael Nath first on the Elmore James. Jeff McMaster first on Billy Preston. Alan Hevelone, you were second. And Nigel Del Rocket is at 23 on the Beatles. Nigel Del Rocket's at 23 on the Beatles. All right, so I was about to do a final call. Now it's at 23. Velvet Underground's back at 42. So John Young, you're out on that. I'm Jimmy Reed. VG copy, $14.99. 61 mono repress. 61 mono repress. I'm Jimmy Reed. VG, $14.99. By the way, Nigel Del Rocket and John Young, last night I found about this many copies of Introducing the Beatles. There's a couple that may be legit. The rest of them are probably bootlegs at first glance, but I've got about this many copies I need to double check of Introducing the Beatles. One of them had a VJ inner sleeve, and so when I seen that, I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. But then there's some that may be slipped by. I know it's a very complicated release. Michael Nath on Jimmy Reed. Michael Nath got Jimmy Reed. Velvet Underground's at 43, now 45. Nigel Del Rockets at 23 on the Beatles. Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero. Little Feat's VG Plus, $11.99. The Ramsey Lewis Trio, Another Voyage. Ramsey Lewis Trio, that's an EX copy, $19.99. John's out on something new. Nigel Del Rocket has that for $23. Final call, Alan Hevelone first on Ramsey Lewis. Memphis Slim, The Real Folk Blues, VG, $49.99. This is a mono promo. Whoa. Memphis Slim, The Real Folk Blues, mono promo, side 1 DJ copy. That's a promo copy. So Alan got Ramsey Lewis. John Porter first to Little Feat. Fred's out on Velvet Underground, so final call at $45. Jerry Charbuski, you were second on Little Feat, and Michael Nath wants Memphis Slim. That's sold to Michael Nath. Great American Eagle Tragedy, Earth Opera, EX copy, $14.99. This is the red Electra label. Great American Eagle Tragedy, $14.99. Naz is a VG Plus, $19.99. VG Plus, $19.99. And The Fallen Angels. The Fallen Angels is a VG Plus, or excuse me, a VG copy. That's on Roulette, $24.99. All right, let me go ahead and end a couple auctions. The Beatles, something new, 1968 press is sold to Nigel Del Rocket for $23. Velvet Underground is sold for $45 to Brittany Bragg. And John Young's going to put back the Jungle drums, but Brian Ligon said he'll take it. Jeff McMaster was second. I'm not going to hate you. I'm only going to charge you a $2,500 putback fee. And you can make that in one payment cash on delivery. Let me grab a drink of water. That was refreshing. And let me find a couple new auctions. I may have to go into another crate. That was a pretty cool batch. How about we do the Beatles? Yeah, let's do the Beatles love songs. I'm auctioning off that from that batch of Beatles stuff that didn't sell earlier. And we'll start the Steve Winwood comp really low. It had a couple issues with it, but we're going to start it so low that you're going to have to bid on it. Brian Ligon, yeah, he put Jungle drums, and Jeff McMaster was second. Doc Smith third, asking how much. Okay, Steve Winwood. Somebody wrote some names. Paul wrote his name on his left cheek. Brett wrote his name on his nose, and Brett also wrote his name on his lips. It's a cutout, which is common for this record, but this is a really good Steve Winwood compilation. Other than the writing and the cutout, this is a gatefold. It's a book with it. All kinds of information about Steve Winwood and his bands like Spencer Davis Group, Traffic, Blind Faith. He worked with Joe Cocker, Leon Russell. This is an awesome compilation. $1 start. Steve Winwood. The vinyl's fine. I mean, it's EX Plus near mint minus. I don't know if y'all can see that. But yeah, this has everything from Spencer Davis, Keep On Running, Somebody Help Me, Give Me Some Lovin', I'm a Man. His stuff with Traffic. His other stuff with Traffic. And down here we got some Blind Faith tracks. $1 start on the Steve Winwood compilation. $1 start. Steve Winwood. And we'll do a $20 start on this. This is the Beatles Love Songs, 2LP. It does have the lyric book with it. Gatefold 2LP. Has all this Something in the Way She Moves. Has the book. Gatefold 2LP. Has some sticker residue. You might can work on that. Some of that will still come off, but that's a $20 start. All right, so Steve Winwood and Beatles Love Songs. Does anybody know of a way company where I can get LP from a shop that only ships inside the U.S.? Only ships inside the U.S. I'm in the UK. I'm not for sure if I understand your question, but maybe somebody else does. It's a Big Bad Beautiful Day by It's a Beautiful Day. That's a VG Plus, $9.99. Bad Company, Run with the Pack, VG Plus, $14.99. Run with the Pack, Bad Company. Daryl Hall and John Oates, Abandoned Luncheonette. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. Hall & Oates, Abandoned Luncheonette. Charlie Daniels Band, Fire on the Mountain, VG Plus, $14.99. Fire on the Mountain for Tennessee folk. That's a really cool cover. Fire on the Mountain, VG Plus, $14.99. Marshall Tucker Band, Where We All Belong, VG copy, $11.99. Sailor, the Steve Miller Band. As you can see, it has some cover damage, but that's not one we see too often. What's going on here? It's a VG Plus, $14.99. It's Steve Miller Band, the band in Quicksilver. Wow. I've never seen this before. Sailor, Steve Miller Band. VG Plus, $14.99. All right, Steve Winwood. We had 2, 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5. Tracy McFadden on Hall & Oates. The Abandoned Luncheonette. That's sold to Tracy McFadden. Thank you. John Porter on Charlie Daniels. Brent McKinney's at 8 on Steve Winwood. Kelly Cook on Bad Company. Lisa, you were second on Charlie Daniels. Andy's at 6 on Steve Winwood. And Steve Henry's at 7, but we already have 8. And we're looking for a $20 start on the Beatles love songs. No bids yet. Butts Band. Butts Band is EX, $19.99. The Fields of November, Norman Blake, $14.99. Steve Winwood's at 10. James Brown, 2 million sellers. Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. That's a VG copy for $34.99. James Brown, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. VG copy, $34.99. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. VG, $19.99. That is a Terre Haute, 1982. Judas Priest. Judas Priest. We have James Brown, Judas Priest. Roxy Music is a VG copy, Avalon, VG copy, $19.99, 1982 US. And this is a really cool one here. The exciting Wilson Pickett, Land of a Thousand Dances. VG Plus, $29.99. Y'all all know that song. Do You Love Me? No, I'm thinking about the Contours. That's the same song. Mashed Potato. Big hit of the 60s. Land of a Thousand Dances. VG Plus, $29.99. Wilson Pickett. Not bad as a VG Plus. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Steve Winwood was 8. Mitchell's at 20 on the Beatles. Steve Winwood 10 and 15. Steve Winwood 12. John Moreno first on JB. That was for James Brown. John Moreno first on James Brown. Make sure that was right. Yeah. Steve Henry on NB. Steve Henry on NB. I'm not for sure what that was. Jim Engelman second to James Brown. And I think Jim Engelman's first to Judas Priest. He was second to James Brown. JD. We had JB, JD, and JP. Wow. John Monroe got James Brown. I think Jim Engelman's first to Judas Priest. Then Martin Pryor. Then Brian Ligon. Steve Winwood's at 20. And Steve Henry wants Norman Blake. Okay, Steve Henry wants Norman Blake. That was the one I couldn't figure out what he was wanting, which is right here. That's sold to Steve Henry. Okay, and then John Porter needs to put back Charlie Daniels, but there was somebody backup on that, Lisa Davidson. So change Charlie Daniels to Lisa Davidson. Okay, that crate, I'm about to go back through it. Let's see here. Mitchell Thomas is at 20 on the Beatles love songs. No condition notes on the vinyl. The vinyl is beautiful. About a VG Plus cover. Does have the lyric book. Final Call for $20. That's a 2 LP compilation. Steve Winwood. Steve Winwood. Carol Puckett's at $20. Carol Puckett's at $20. That's the same price as the Beatles. Those are both going once, going twice. Let's go through this crate one more time. Kansas Leftoverture, VG Plus, $14.99. Kansas Leftoverture, Sticks 2 is EX, $19.99. David Matthews with Whirlwind, Shuggy Wanna Boogie, $14.99. B.B. King, LA Midnight, VG Plus, $14.99. Mark Egan, Mosaic, $11.99. George Duke, Thief in the Night, $11.99. Kenny Rogers, The Heart of the Matter, $9.99. Farrell and Farrell Choices, $9.99 for Farrell and Farrell. Yes Songs is EX, $31.99. That's with the book. I'm probably going to roll over there to Olivia Newton-John next, if we don't mind, to move a few crates, please. I'm going to do some new vinyl after this crate, and then we got a whole other bin of new vintage stuff. Okay. Deep Purple, made in Japan, VG copy, $21.99. Janie Street, Heroes, Angels, and Friends, $9.99. Tim Story, Untitled, $14.99. Win Over America, $9.99. David Sanborn, As We Speak, EX copy, $9.99. David Qualley, Soliloquy, $9.99. Spectrum, $9.99. Stone the Crows, Teenage Licks, Jim Mullen and Dick Morrissey, Don Sepsky, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, The Great American Eagle Tragedy, Naz, The Fallen Angels, It's a Beautiful Day. Marshall Tucker Band was a VG copy and about a VG cover because it has some tape on it. That's $11.99. Roger Ramjet. Sailor, Steve Miller Band with the band and Quicksilver. Butts Band, Roxy Music, and Wilson Pickett. We had 2 offers for $10 on B.B. King. Let me figure out what that one was marked. I'll do $12 on that. Doc can have it for $12, or Nick Bagaron can have it for $12. That's either Doc's for $12 or Nick's for $12, or they both may pass. Nick Bagaron also offered Farrell and Farrell. Nick, I'll sell that for $8. If you want it, it's yours for $8. We'll put both of those in pending. Somebody claimed BB. I don't think I saw that earlier. Now, somebody claimed BB King earlier. I didn't see it. Now it's sold to Doc Smith for $12. We'll see if Nick wants that for $8. Steve Henry wants Marshall Tucker Band. We'll make sure that Roger Ramjet doesn't want that. If Roger passes, that's sold to Steve Henry. Stick Stew. Let's see. Sticks 2. Ron Stoltz was EX Plus. The vinyl's very nice. $19.99, but it does have a water damaged cover. You really can't see it, but it's one of those that you can feel. Roger passed on Marshall Tucker, so that does go to Steve Henry. These auctions are also sold. Steve Winwood is sold for $20 to Carol Puckett, and Mitchell Thomas gets the Beatles love songs for $20. 20 and 20. Mitchell on Beatles, Steve Winwood to Carol Puckett. Nick said he would give $8 for Farrell, and Jared McLaughlin said he'd give $10 for Naz. Let me figure out where that's located in the bin. Jared, that's a VG Plus. I'll do $15 on that. Ron, $15 on this. Sure, go ahead and sell that to Ron. Sticks 2 for $15. Chip said he'll take it if you don't want it. And how much was Yes? Yes Songs was EX. The cover always has ringware, just where it's a triple packaging. $31.99, and it does have the book with it. Live Yes. We'll see if Jared wants Naz for $15, and Craig, yes, is still available. Really surprised no one bought this. Exciting Wilson Pickett, OG, VG Plus $29.99. Guess the only thing we got to pull is the power over here. I guess we need to disconnect the internet too, right? Okay, I'm going to disconnect from our internet hardline connection for about just a second. So if your feed acts a little jittery, that's why I'm unplugging our... I see 0 viewers. That's not good. 176. Okay. I was like, what did I do? Completely pulled the plug. Probably lost a few people there because it probably froze on them. So we'll let everybody else get back on because that was probably not a good thing I just did. Anybody else on this crate here? We got Yes, Wilson Pickett, Roxy Music, Butts Band, Steve Miller Band with Quicksilver and the band. It's a Beautiful Day, Fallen Angels, Great American Eagle Tragedy, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Don Sepsky, Jim Mullen, Stone the Crows, Spectrum, David Qualley, David Sanborn, Win Over America, Tim Story, Janie Street, Deep Purple, Kenny Rogers, George Duke, Mark Egan, David Matthews, and wow, somebody was in the store asking for Kansas Leftoverture, Carry On My Wayward Son. That's a VG Plus $14.99. I want to think it was... I can see his face and name right now, but he must not be watching unless he's already found a copy somewhere. All right, we're going to go on another field trip. Let me push the cart. I don't know if I can get through there or not, Tanner. I might be able to. Yep. I don't think I got it. Let me turn it this way. Okay, so last night we almost made it through the entire alphabet over here in our new vinyl, and everybody really liked that. So let me figure out where we're at right here. We stopped at the ends right here. So let's go through that one more time. Is Emerson, Lake and Palmer a multiple? Yes, that's either a 2 or a 3 LP actually. And Tanner, way over there in the front of the crate, Steve Henry wants Kansas. We're going to go through these, and these, and these, and then we'll go through another crate of new arrivals. It's almost 9:30, so we got plenty of time. I'm going to do these on sale. If I run across something we got multiple copies of, I've been doing them on sale. But everything else in here is sticker price, so don't get used to discounts. $34.99. I'll do $24.99 on these. Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits. $10 off. I've got 4 of them, new and sealed, remastered gatefold. Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits. $24.99. So we need to pull Steve Henry, Kansas, and John Porter, Emerson, Lake and Palmer for $20. Nickelback, All the Right Reasons. The classic Nickelback album, $29.99. Obituary, Slowly We Rot, $48.99. That's a music on vinyl press. Obituary, Slowly We Rot. Off. Now, I really can't figure out these titles. I guess this one's self-titled, but it has on the cover here, Satan Did Not Appear, $31.99. So that's the only one we have. Off, $31.99. There's more Overkill, Taken Over. We had some of those earlier we showed, $34.99. And then here's the Overkill Live. This is Overkill Live Overhausen. And this is actually, I know they look identical, but this is 2 different volumes. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Colored vinyl, $36.99 each. $36.99 each. Jedit wants Olivia Newton-John, and those were $24.99. $24.99 on Olivia Newton-John. See, Obituary, Overkill, Overkill, Overkill. And then the other Overkill is Feel the Fire. $29.99 on Overkill, Feel the Fire. And the other Overkill we have is Under the Influence. $34.99. Graham Parsons, Grievous Angel. Graham Parsons is $29.99. Andy Wade also wants one of the on-sale Olivias. $24.99 for Olivia Newton-John. Alan Parsons Project, Symphonic Project, live in Columbia, including iconic hits, Eye in the Sky, Don't Answer Me, Games People Play. That is $54.99. Yellow, blue, and red vinyl. Alan Parsons Project, $54.99. Carlene Rollins also wants an on-sale Olivia Newton-John, $24.99. Panic at the Disco, Viva Las Vengeance, $29.99. That's coral colored vinyl. We have some Pavement. Pavement, $38.99. Pavement, Wowie Zowie. Pavement, $38.99. Pavement, $33.99 for Slanted and Enchanted, 30th anniversary red, white, and black splatter vinyl. Crooked Rain, my bad. Crooked Rain. Yeah, Crooked Rain, Pavement. That is $31.99. Mammoth 2, we have a pre-order up for that. That's not released yet. Mammoth 2 has not been released yet. Pavement, Westing by Musket and Sextant, $29.99. Now for your Fish. Fish by Boat, 2LP, limited edition on clear vinyl. Fish, $36.99. Fish Sigma Oasis, that's on seafoam and black vinyl. Fish, $36.99. We have 2 of those. The Pixies, Best of the Pixies, Wave of Mutilation, $39.99 for the Pixies. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, we have Raising Sand, $44.99. And then we have Raise the Roof, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, $36.99. Now we have some Plasmatics titles. Let me go ahead and just grab all of them here. The Plasmatics, we have Beyond the Valley, Beyond the Valley of 1984. That is $28.99. So let me get these in order here. Plasmatics, Beyond the Valley of 1984, $28.99. Plasmatics, New Hope for the Wretched, $28.99. Plasmatics, Metal Priestess, $28.99. A couple copies of that. Plasmatics, The Vice Squad Recordings, $28.99. And there's another Metal Priestess. That's the albums where the lady walks around bare-chested. I don't know how they got away with that. So yeah, Metal Priestess, Vice Squad, New Hope for the Wretched, and Beyond the Valley. Those are all the Plasmatics titles we have. The Poisies, Frosting on the Beater, $44.99 for the Poisies. Frosting on the Beater, 2LP, $44.99. The Postal Service, Give Up, 20th Anniversary Edition. That's on colored vinyl, blue with metallic silver, $28.99. The Prodigy, we got 2 different versions. We have Prodigy Fat of the Land, the 25th anniversary on silver vinyl, $46.99. And Prodigy the Fat of the Land, the standard edition. Those are $41.99. So $46 and $41.99 on that. The other Prodigy is Music for the Jilted Generation, $34.99 for that Prodigy. Power Slave, Power Man 5000, $38.99. Puddle of Mud is $44.99. Puddle of Mud is $44.99. Well, that completes the P, and there's no plimsolls, so no P's in the plimsolls. Let me scoot this back right here. We went through a little bit of these, I think, because we sold some Queens of the Stone Age. Queens of the Stone Age Live Festival, $54.99, Part 2. Queensryche, Condition Human. Queensryche is $33.99. I've got 3 of those. Kid Rock's Greatest Hits. Kid Rock's Greatest Hits is $36.99. Panic at the Disco is $29.99. That is on the colored vinyl. REM, Life's Rich Pageant, $33.99. Radiohead, $69.99. I do have other Radioheads on the way, but there's not much in stock. Most of their catalog is hardly ever available. Corinne Bailey Rae, 15th anniversary, $36.99. Corinne Bailey Rae. I feel like I'm mispronouncing her name. Rage Against the Machine, Renegades is $31.99. Rage Against the Machine self-titled is $31.99. Ramjet, featuring their hit song, Ram Jam. Ram Jam is $38.99. That hit features Black Betty. The Ramones self-titled, $28.99. The Ramones Road to Ruin, $28.99. The Ramones Subterranean Jungle, purple vinyl, $29.99. The Ramones It's Alive, 2LP, $39.99. The Ramones Leave Home, $28.99. And REM Monster. REM Monster, $33.99. REM Out of Time, $36.99. I need to put the other REM with those. Where is that other REM? Right here. So REM. Allison Campbell wants Panic at the Disco. That's sold to Allison Campbell. Tony Rice Guitar. Tony Rice is $28.99 for Tony Rice Guitar. There's a new copy of Roxy Music Avalon, $34.99. Roxy Music Avalon, $34.99. Run the Jewels. This is the, which one is this? Run the Jewels 4 splatter vinyl. That's just the standard Run the Jewels 4 splatter vinyl, $39.99. George Delisle wants Tony Rice Guitar. That's sold to George Delisle. And Andy Wade wants REM Out of Time. I skipped over something. The Immortal Randy Rhoads, The Ultimate Tribute. These are $48.99. This is a Randy Rhoads tribute concert or tribute album. Not the Ozzy Randy Rhoads tribute. And it's not Randy Rhoads, but there's some big names on here. First one that my eyes went to was George Lynch, and that is $48.99. I have 2 of those. So Tony Rice, where did I get to? Saigon Kick. Saigon Kick is $36.99. Saigon Kick, that is first widespread vinyl release pressed on black vinyl. I think it was also a record store day. Savatage, $44.99. Handful of Rain, that's on blue vinyl with a 12-page booklet and slip mat. Savatage got some cool stuff. I'll restock their entire catalog. We'll have a new shipment Monday. I've got 3 copies of Savatage, and this one, that one's just standard black vinyl. The other Savatage is Power of the Night, which is crystal clear, has a pop-up gatefold, $37.99. Say Anything in the Defense of the Genre, that's a music on vinyl, limited and numbered, $46.99. Boz Scaggs, self-titled, that's a Friday Music colored vinyl, Boz Scaggs, $44.99. Michael Schenker Group, Universal, limited edition 2000 on clear and black vinyl, that's $33.99. 3 Scorpions titles in stock. Blackout, Love at First Sting, and Animal Magnetism. Those are all the anniversary editions with the CDs, $33.99. Screaming Trees, Uncle Anesthesia, $44.99. Music on vinyl, Screaming Trees. The Bob Seger System first album, $34.99. William Shatner, The Blues, that's on pink vinyl, $26.99. Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band, Going Home, $44.99. Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band. Frank Sinatra Collected, $44.99. Silverchair Frog Stomp is $46.99. And then we have 2 of the Silverchair singles. We have Abuse Me and Freak, and those are both $38.99. Brandon Jackson wants Scorpions Blackout. Scorpions Blackout to Brandon Jackson, right here. That's sold to Brandon Jackson. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Kristen wants REM Monster. REM Monster, that's sold to Kristen Barnett. And Craig Johnson on Frank Sinatra Collected. That's sold to Craig Johnson. All righty. Those are all available. Last bin. This is the S's. The rest of the S's. This is the rest of the S's. Let me get my cart position here. Seth's, of course, is in the way. Okay. Simon & Garfunkel's Sounds of Silence. $26.99. Simon & Garfunkel. The Sisters of Mercy, First, Last, and Always. $39.99. That's a MoFi pressing. I think we have another one of theirs. We do. Floodland. That's also a MoFi pressing. $39.99. Slayers. We showed a couple of these last night. Slayer, South of Heaven. $36.99. Slayer, Live Undead. Wow, I need to restock Slayer. I've only got 2 left. Live Undead and South of Heaven. Live Undead is on black and blue vinyl, but we also have Divine Intervention, which is over there. Y'all can't see it, but we also have that one. Miguel wants 1 each of all the Silverchairs. Those are the 2 singles and that one. Miguel, if you're interested in getting that complete singles collection, I can get those for you. See, this is number 12. This is number 5 in a series of 11, and we can get all 11 of those if you're possibly interested. Slipknot, All Hope Is Gone, orange vinyl, $36.99 for Slipknot. And Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind is $36.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream, $99.99 for Siamese Dream. And we have Gish, and this is our last 3 copies. Gish is $39.99. We also have Pisces Iscariot, Adore, and Melancholy. The Smile. The Smile is comprising of Radiohead's Thom Yorke and Johnny Greenwood and Sons of Kemet's Ton Skinner, limited edition yellow vinyl, $49.99. Patti Smith Group, Radio Ethiopia, $28.99. Sonic Youth, Daydream Nation, $33.99. And Social Distortions, Greatest Hits, 2LP, $44.99. Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union, 30th Anniversary, 5,000, black and gold marbled, $38.99. Miguel says he's interested. I missed the O's. Anything Oasis? We probably have those in new arrivals. This isn't everything that's in correct alphabetical order. We got 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got 12 crates that's not in order that we keep up front. There was no Oasis. Nope. I think we have What's the Story, Morning Glory, and that's it. Soulfly, Totem, gold vinyl, limited to 1,200. Soulfly is $28.99. Dusty Springfield in Memphis. This is Analog Productions, $69.99. Dusty Springfield in Memphis. Stone Sour, $44.99. Music on vinyl, Stone Sour. Steel Panther, Balls Out. Steel Panther, also music on vinyl, $44.99. Steel Panther. Stray Cats Greatest Hits, $29.99. Last copy of that. I'm Just Like You, Sly Stone's Flower, $69 to $70. Purple Pink Color Edition, $59.99. Stray Cats Live at the Roxy. That's on splatter vinyl. Stray Cats Live, and that is $33.99. I do have more greatest hits though. Here's a couple more. Stray Cats Greatest Hits. We've got several of those. Cat Stevens Catch Bull at 4. $36.99 for Cat Stevens Catch Bull at 4. St. Vincent Marry Me. $27.99 for St. Vincent Marry Me. And the only 2 System of a Down we have in stock is Mesmerize, $28.99. We do have Soundgarden down on the upside. Yes, we have Soundgarden down on the upside. Okay, that, between last night and tonight, we have completed alphabetical order. And Tony Shore, I must have missed that, but I've got you Win Over America. Michael Win Over America. I've got that pulled for you. Okay, let me go over here and let's go through the last bin of new arrivals for tonight. New arrivals for tonight. Let me roll the cart back over here in position A. New arrivals. Vintage new arrivals. I think y'all are going to like these as well. And boom, there it is. All right, so this next crate is going to be all new, unshocked, vintage arrivals. Let me go over here and see what we have, actually. Y'all are going to like these. I can go ahead and tell you that. Let me do a quick flip, make sure there's nothing like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to sell this, or oh my gosh, where did this come from? There's some great stuff in here, though. Okay. All right. New arrivals. I don't know if these are really check condition or not, so let's find out. C. William Pop earlier got a Audio Slave self-titled. He says he also wants an Audio Slave down on the upside. I've got that pulled for you as well. Now we can also resume auctions. Let me find some stuff to auction. Let me see if there's anything over here in this crate. Let me see what we got over here. Let me see if there's anything from the other night. What is this stuff here? Give me 1 second before we get heavy into this crate. Well, yeah, we got this thing here full of all this high-end stuff from the other night. Oh my gosh, all the Third Man records and those. Let's do the Beatles story. And, man, some great stuff in here. Okay, let's do this Beatles story. We'll start with there, and then I'll find something else in just a second. This is going to be a $20 start. The Beatles story. Apple Pressing 2LP, a narrative and musical biography of Beatlemania on 2 LP records, long play records. That's a $20 start on the Beatles story. C. William Pop, there's their Soundgarden. We got low stock on these, so if anybody else wants one, let me know. I know I'm late, but can I get MoFi sister pressings? Sisters Mostly Floodland. Yes, that's right over there in the S's behind Simon & Garfunkel. Sisters of Mercy Floodlands. Tanner's going to grab that for you. If you only had another pressing of Billy Joe Stranger. We probably do. I have to work tomorrow. Can't come this weekend. Maybe next time you have one. We're going to have, after this sidewalk sale, we're going to probably have another one really soon again. Did I leave my phone over there? Or where did I put it? It's over here. Okay. New vintage arrivals. We have the Vapors, Jimmy Jones, Spiders. That is a 12-inch single, $14.99. Appears to be in very nice condition. Bobby Whitlock, Raw Velvet, $19.99 for Bobby Whitlock, Raw Velvet. Best of Washington Humor, $14.99. Tony Shore, first on the Vapors. Here is the Floodland by the Sisters of Mercy. That is sold to Eric S. Thank you, Eric. The Vapors is sold to Tony Shore. Best of Washington Humor. Golden Hour of Trad Jazz, Volume 4, $9.99. The Vinyls, In My Life, 12-inch single, exclusively for album radio, $9.99. The Vinyls. Bobby Whitlock, $19.99. Appears to be very nice. Ian and Sylvia, Greatest Hits Volume 2. Ian and Sylvia, Greatest Hits Volume 2 on Vanguard in shrink wrap. $14.99. Sandy Nelson, Beat That Blank Drum. Sandy Nelson, $9.99. Stevie Wonder, Talking Book. Stevie Wonder, Talking Book, $29.99 for Stevie Wonder. Al Jarreau, $9.99. Al Jarreau, Stevie Wonder, sold to Aaron Gardner. Satin Chickens by Rhinoceros, $24.99. Rhinoceros is in shrink wrap. The English Congregation, Softly Whispering Love You. That's a sealed copy. Unopened, $12.99. Tony Tone. Is that what that says? Tony Tone, $9. Tony. Or maybe it's just different ways to say Tony. I'm not for sure. Looks like Tony. Yeah. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. JJ Fad, Supersonic. JJ Fad, $9.99. Robert Hazard, $9.99. Robert Hazard, self-titled. Point Blank, Airplay, $14.99. The Screaming Tribesmen, Bones and Flowers, $12.99. Mickey Newberry, Lovers, $19.99. The Best of the Cow Seals, $9.99. The Rain, the Park, and Other Things. I saw her standing there, or how does that go? Sounds like it's straight from 1967. Bill Deal and the Rondales, Vintage Rock, $9.99. Okay, Greg Stone was first to JJ Fad. Jeff McMaster on RH, Robert Hazard. Kelly Cook, you were second on JJ. Steve Henry first on Point Blank. And Russell S. first on the Cal Seals. I like their music. Love Can Make You Happy by Mercy, $14.99. Only Love Can Make You Happy, $14.99. A Little Touch of Schmilson, Harry Nilsson, $19.99 for Harry Nilsson. The Lovin' Spoonful, Do You Believe in Magic, $9.99. Nice copy. We had one in shrink wrap the other night for $5 more. Matthew's Southern Comfort, $14.99 for Matthew's Southern Comfort. The Five Faces of Manfred Mann, $29.99. The Five Faces of Manfred Mann, $29.99. Catch the Wind, We 5. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. We 5. Jeff Beck, Wired. Boy, the cover on that one looks excellent. Original label, too, $19.99 on Jeff Beck, Wired. Block the crate so y'all can't see what's coming up next, which is Leslie West of Mountain. And the name of the band, or the name of the album, is Mountain on the Windfall label. Kim Weston, for the first time. You've probably heard her in all those Marvin Gaye duos. This is one of her solo albums, $24.99. Kim Weston. Don't see that too often. Ian Whitcomb, You Turn Me On, $9.99 in shrink wrap. H2HE, Who Am I? The Only One. Vandergraaf Generator, very clean copy, 1970, $64.99. $64.99. I got, make sure I hadn't missed any comments because, okay, it just popped up. John Porter says LW price. Let me figure out what's going on here. So first we got Charlie DeFrank wants to see the labels on the Bobby Whitlock. That's right here. The labels on Bobby Whitlock look like this. That should be OG, ABC Dunhill. Next is tracks on Matthew Southern Comfort from Mike Cochran. If Craig is watching, he don't post that in just a second. I'll read them to you. I won't forget. I've pulled it out. And then we have LW Price and LW Price. I must have not read the price on something. What was LW? Leslie West. That was $19.99. I must have skipped that one. Jeff asked first and then John Porter. So I'll lay all three of those out. No claims yet. Jimmy Spheres, Isle of View, $9.99. Show of Hands, $9.99. Jefferson Starship, Modern Times, $14.99. Dwight Twilley Band, Twilley Don't Mind, $9.99. Elvis, Aloha Via Satellite, has a gold stamp promo. This is one of those Elvis albums that's up there in those people always want it. And this is the quad pressing, $24.99. I think they're all quad, though, or most of them are. Jeff McMaster wants the Leslie West. That's so to Jeff McMaster. And Jeff McMaster gets the Elvis Aloha Via Satellite. Okay, if anybody wants the Beatles, I slashed that one to get it a starting bid and no bid. I guess nobody wants to listen to the Beatles being talked about. It has music on it, though. I think it has song excerpts, but this is always a tough Beatles album to move. See? I mean, it has Hard Day's Night, then Paul McCartney talking. It has music. It's an interesting listen. It's like a narration about Beatlemania, and it has music. That is $20 if anybody wants it. That's $20 buy it now. Neil Diamond, Do It. Ooh, on the original Bang label. Let's see if it's the actual. It is, the first label, in shrink wrap. This has Solitary Man, Red Red Wine, and his I'm a Believer, which, if you didn't know, he wrote I'm a Believer. That's a nice copy. That's something normally I would have pulled out because that's a nice copy. Kissin', Drinkin', and Insect Songs. That's a wild cover. $9.99. Kissin', Drinkin', and Insect Songs. $9.99. Tom Yonowski is going to get the Beatles. $20, about 10 seconds of a live show. Okay, there is no music. My bad. I thought when I listened to that, there's little excerpts. Maybe I'll listen to something else. I thought they play like little clips of songs. It's been probably, I probably hadn't listened to this in years. I thought there was a little, maybe what am I thinking about then? There's some kind of Beatles thing I listened to one time and it plays songs and it talks. Diamond price, Neil Diamond was $12.99. If I can get him out of the crate, he got wedged there. Neil Diamond is $12.99. I must have not told that price, probably because I didn't want to sell it. Rick Perrine asked first, then Clay Moore, and Jeff McMaster wants KD and IS. Is that something from earlier, or did I miss something? Oh, no, that's right here. Kissing and Drinking and Insect Songs. Okay. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Rhonda also asked Neil Diamond. And Rick Perrine was first, and he claims it. That's sold to Rick Perrine. Okay. Doc Daughtery and Dave Bupp, remember, $9.99. Doc Daughtery and Dave Bupp. Next in line, Conway Twitty. Early Conway on Decca, $9.99. Conway, $9.99. One of those early albums of his. Stand My Bee, Ernest Tubb, $9.99. Very clean looking copy. The Ramones, where did this come from? $24.99. Beggar's Banquet label, Ramones. Bonzo Goes to Bitburg. It has some cover damage. $24.99. Wow. Paul Gill on Conway. Next is, do you have any Stained? I only have one Stained album, and I think we sold it earlier. That's called It's Been a While, which is Stained Alive, and that is the only Stained album that's in print. None of their other albums are not even, you can't even back order them. They don't make any other Stained albums except that one. Jeff McMaster first to the Ramones, featuring Ronald Reagan. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Midnight Cowboy, Everybody's Talking, sung by Nielsen, $19.99. Midnight Cowboy soundtrack. The Art of Noise, Legs, $9.99. Okay, Mike Cochran, let me read you the tracks on Matthew Southern Comfort. Matthew Southern Comfort is a gatefold. We have Colorado Springs Eternal, A Commercial Proposition, The Castle Far, Please Be My Friend, What We Say, Fly, Pigeon Fly, The Watch, Sweet Bread, Thoughts for a Friend, I've Lost You, and Once Upon a Lifetime. That is $14.99. Matthew Southern Comfort. That's Ian Matthews. Very nice copy. $14.99. And then Charlie DeFrank, let me know if you want the Bobby Litlock. It's still available, $19.99. Tony Shore wants The Art of Noise, and so did Jeff McMaster, it looks like. Iron City House Rockers, Get Out Alive, $9.99. Howard Jones, All I Want, Hide and Seek, and You Know I Love You. 3-track promo 12-inch single, $14.99. What do we have here? $9.99. Oh, Rick Ocasek. Rick Ocasek from the Cars. Keep On Laughing, $9.99. Tony Shore wants the Howard Jones. That's sold to Tony. Blankmich, $9.99. And that's actually a full album. Tony Shore on Rick Ocasek. Ron Duffield was second. Bee Gees Idea, $19.99. Bee Gees Idea, clean. Atco, two-tone label, $19.99. Alabama's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Alabama's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Queen, A Day at the Races, $34.99. Clean copy. Covers about VG+. Always kind of hard to find a nice cover of that. $34.99. Jeff McMaster wants Bee Gees. Greg Stone wants Great. That's Alabama's Greatest Hits. Joe Maynard says, which Blankmage? Pronounced Blamage. Blamage, that's called Mange Tout. Mange Tout. Orlando Martinez, first on Queen. Day at the Races. Gang of Four, Hard. $19.99. Gang of Four, Hard. $19.99. Red Flag, Count to Three. Red Flag, Count to Three. $9.99. 6 sizzling hot new dance mixes. Jeff McMaster first on Gang of Four. We have Jethro Tull, Crest of a Knave, $19.99. Crest of a Knave, gold stamp promo, Jethro Tull, $19.99. Primitive Cuts, not for commercial resale, New Order Mega Mix. Ooh, New Order, $19.99. Wow, it also has Pink Floyd and Nucleus. Whoa, $19.99. Somebody's going to grab that. The Ventures, Flights of Fantasy, $9.99. Has a little bit of cover damage on it. And Sometime in New York City. Why does this feel so heavy? $39.99. John Lennon and Yoko Ono, Sometime in New York City. $39.99. Okay, Darren Wortman got the Jethro Tull, Crest of a Knave. That one don't come through too often. Tony Shore wants New. I think that was, he put New and then he put PF. Probably for this Prime Cuts, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's New Order Mega Mix by New Order. Then it was Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall, some kind of remix. And then Nucleus Jam It On. That is sold to Tony Shore. I think New and PF was for the same thing. Jared, we've already sold Jethro Tull. Charlie said he'd give $15 for the Bobby Whitlock. Go ahead and sell that to Charlie DeFrank for $15. and new track listing on the not for comp. Not for comp. Let me figure out what that was. And I don't remember even reading that. Let me run through these one more time because there's some good stuff. It must be back here in the back, right? Or it's already sold. Let me just go back through those one more time. These are all new arrivals. Probably we're going to go through one bin of half off after this. And I'm not 100% sure if we're going to have a part 2 because we're going to get some stuff organized for the sidewalk sale. Meaning like when the sale's over, we're still working, but we're just not here. Or yeah, when this live sale's over. So we may go until 10:30, do half off, or maybe a little after. Try to do 1, maybe 2 bins very, very quickly, and then probably no part 2 tonight. Okay, we have Bobby Rick. He says Charlie wants to see the label on this one. Bobby Whitlock Raw Velvet. There's the label for that one. That one's also $19.99. Okay, then we had The Best of Washington Humor, Golden Hour of Trad Jazz, Volume 4, The Vinyls, In My Life, The Best of Ian and Sylvia, Greatest Hits, Volume 2, Sandy Nelson, Beat That Drum, Al Jarreau, Satin Chickens, Rhinoceros, The English Congregation, The Screaming Tribesmen, Bill Deal and the Rondelles, Mickey Newberry, Love Can Make You Happy, Harry Nilsson, The Lovin' Spoonful, The Five Faces of Manfred Mann, We Five, Jeff Beck Wired, and Kim Weston. Charlie also offered 15 for this one. Sell that to Charlie DeFrank. Russell S. wants the Tribesman. That is sold to Russell S. Who is on Thrad Jazz? That's a good question. Thrad Jazz, boy, it's a bunch. This is a lot of stuff. Ian Mesny's, Alec Welsh, Kenny Bell, Sandy Brown's Jazz Band, Kenny Ball's Jazz Men, George Melly with Mick Mulligan, Alex Welsh, the Bruce Turner Jazz. It's got 20 tracks on it. Ian Whitcomb, You Turn Me On, Vandergraaf Generator, Jimmy Spheres, Show of Hands, Jefferson Starship, Dwight Twilley Band, Doc Daughtery, Ernest Tubb, Midnight Cowboy Soundtrack, Matthews Southern Comfort, Iron City House Rockers, Balamange, Red Flag, The Ventures, and John Lennon, Sometime in New York City. Roger Ramjet wants the Jeffrey Beck. Nice copy of Wired, sold to Roger Ramjet. Would anybody like additional information on prices on anything in there? Just let me know. Probably going to go ahead and grab, let me do some condensing here. I'll go grab another half-off bin. We'll go ahead and get that knocked out. We love half-off records. What time was it? 10 or 11? We paused at 9:30 last night. I missed all the restaurants again tonight. Everything closes at 10. That's why I stopped last night at 10 or 9:30. I was going to try to go to some restaurants, and I couldn't. Midnight Cowboy 5. I can't do that. We had that marked 4 times as much. But that doesn't mean I won't take $15 for it. Jim Nilsson, I'll do $15. And Alan, I'll do 8 on the mange trout or mange tout. I'll do 8 on that. Let me know. That's got Everybody's Talking by Harry Nilsson, as featured in Seinfeld. As featured in Seinfeld. I wish they would make a Seinfeld compilation. So Alan said he'll take it for 8. The Ramones is sold. Jim, I'm going to do $15. I hadn't discounted anything that much tonight. These are all new arrivals. But I'll do $15 on it, and I highly encourage you to take it. Let me grab another bin of half-off records. We're about to sell the heck out of some half-off records. Yeah, this is the next bin. The more old school metal. Yeah, a couple of these places, a guy that reached out to us today in Kentucky that my mom spoke to that called the store, he had some Metallica. He said he's got I've got, in his words, I've got the original Metallica releases, which I was like, okay, you've got my attention. So we're going to go try to see him this weekend. So if he's got stuff like that, he's got great stuff. Somebody asked about Iron City Rudder Butter. Iron City House Rockers was $9.99. Have a good time, but get out alive. And we sold that. We sold that. Jim Nielsen said he would take the Midnight Cowboy for $15. Everybody's talking. I don't hear a word they're saying. Dustin Hoffman and John Voight. That's why it was featured in Seinfeld. John Voight. John Voight bit me. Dustin Hoffman. That's that other loophole. That guy found a way to take Elaine out on a date. He bet Dustin Hoffman was in Star Wars. He set up a bet that he knew he'd lose so Elaine would go out on a date with him. I'm sure y'all have all seen that. Okay, Half Off Records. Half Off Records. And that's sold for $15, Tanner, to Jim Nielsen. And it features Harry Nielsen. That might be, Jim Nielsen may be Harry Nielsen, and he's just under a pseudonym. These are all half-off records. I'm going to go through them. I'm going to be telling you the half-off price. John Entwistle from The Who, Too Late the Hero, $10. John Entwistle, Too Late the Hero. We have The Secret Life of Harper's Bazaar, $7.50. The Secret Life of Harper's Bazaar, $7.50. Natalie Cole, Good to Be Back. Natalie Cole is $5. Love Story, $7.50. Tony Bennett, More of Tony's Greatest Hits, $5. Miss Showbiz, Judy Garland, $5 on Judy Garland. Blackfoot, Tom Catton, $10 on Blackfoot, Tom Catton. Billy Swan, I'm Into Loving You, $5 on Billy Swan, I'm Into Loving You. Judy Garland, Concert, Over the Rainbow, $10 for that. George Delisle, First on Tony. That's Tony Bennett. So did George Delisle. I know somebody's going to grab Blackfoot. Elton John, Friends. This is his 1971 soundtrack release. Nice copy. $10 on Elton John, Friends. Steve Henry on BF. That's Blackfoot. So does Steve Henry. Inner Sanctum, When Radio Was King. Original broadcast. This is Till Death Do Us Part. Sealed, $7.50. There's The Life of Riley. Actually, that's Inner Sanctum. That's The Life of Riley. That's open, $5. FBI, Peace and War. That's $5. Just Keep a Moving with Hank Snow, $5. Flash and the Pan, $7.50. 10cc, Live and Let Live, $12.50 on 10cc. Ray Parker Jr., The Other Woman, $10 on Ray Parker Jr. John Anderson, Wild and Blue. John Anderson is $7.50. Flash is $10. Jim Nielsen on 10cc and Flash. Well, Jim's fast. He got both of those, 10cc and Flash. Yes, Tormato, $7.50 for Yes. The Lemon Pipers, Jungle Marmalade, with hype sticker, including Lonely Atmosphere, $10 on Jungle Marmalade. Paul Gill on Ha. I bet he meant J.A. for John Anderson. Nope, before that, Mike Post got it. Mike Post got John Anderson. Paul Gill, I think you're second, and then Alan Totten is first to Yes, Tormato. Rod Stewart, Atlantic Crossing, $7.50 for Rod Stewart. Rockabilly Orion, that is $10. The Kingsman Volume 2, $7.50. Golden Classics Volume 10 is sealed, $10. Argent, that is actually self-titled Argent, $10. JM Condition. Jungle Marmalade, that is $10. So this is a half-off bin. If I don't say the condition, then it's EX plus to near mint minus, and I usually make notes about the cover. That is probably overall cover and vinyl, EX plus near mint minus. Country Joe McDonald, Love is a Fire, $7.50. The Records is $7.50. The Uncollected, Ozzie Nelson, $5. Angel City, Night Attack, Angel City, $7.50. Rank and File, Long Gone Dead, Rank and File, $5. Nigel Del Rocket on Argent, so did Nigel Del Rocket. The Quota, Red Garland, is $10. Russell S. is first to the Records. Ron Duffield, you were first to Angel. And Steve Henry, you were second to Argent. Donald Byrd at the Half Note Cafe, that's on Blue Note. Jazz with Pepper Adams, Duke Pearson, that's from 1987, $12.50. Wilton Fedler, Inherit the Wind, That is $5. The Ray Beats, guitar beat, the Ray Beats is $10. Gary Lewis and the Playboys, Everybody Loves the Clown, $7.50. Dan Fogelberg, Captured Angel, $5. John Moreno on DB, and that was Donald Byrd. Cindy Carroll was second. Cindy, I just mentioned your name earlier. I still got to send you those Velvet Underground we have. The reason I haven't is because I've got 9 crates of high-end records. I've got 3 in the office, 5 up here, and 2 more. That's 10, I think. That's 10. Some of those are already listed on Discogs, though. I got to get all the Velvet Underground out for you. But I got to get those ready anyway for tomorrow's in-store sale. I hadn't forgot about you. Usually when somebody requests if we can get a vintage record for them, it takes me a while because we have so many. None of them's in order. It takes me a while to find stuff. Down to Earth, Ramsey Lewis. That's a VG Plus, $7.50. The Scott Hamilton Quintet, that's $7.50. Port Authority is $10. The Vikings, that's always cool artwork on that one. Viking soundtrack is $10 after the half off. Weezer Green Album is $36.99. Christmas with Placido Domingo, that is $5. Christmas with Placido Domingo. The Tasmanian Devil, $7.50. Red Dog is $7.50. Red Dog is $7.50. Shame is $7.50. That's Kim Wilde. Kim Wilde, $7.50. AC/DC Blues, Gay Jazz Reissues. This has nothing to do with Bon Scott or Angus Young. $12.50. AC/DC Blues, Gay Jazz Reissues, $12.50. We have Bob Dylan Street Legal. That is $17.50. These are all half off. Axel Horn's going to take the Weezer. That was $36.99. That is sold to Axel. Are all the leftovers not going to be $1 on the sidewalk tomorrow? You never know. A lot of these we're going to put out in the store. Sometimes I re-sticker them. I've got a whole section of $3.99 stuff. So I got a lot of stuff over here that I'm going to mark $3.99. Some of them, this is something that should have sold to begin with, but now it's in a half off bin. Michael Nath on Red. Red Dog, that's at half off to Michael Nath. I missed the KW. What was it in condition? Kim Wilde was Shame, which is a 12-inch single, $7.50. But we're here to move records the next 2 days, so all I'm saying is you want to show up, okay? That's what I'm telling you right now. You just want to show up tomorrow and the next day. Bob Dylan is $17.50. China Sky is $10 after the half off. Neil Diamond Moods is $7.50. Kay Kaiser's Greatest Hits, $5. Walt Cruz wants the Tasmanian Devils. That's sold to Walt Cruz. We have Gary Lewis and the Playboys, $5 for Gary Lewis and the Playboys. Carly Simon Hotcakes, $5 for Carly Simon Hotcakes. Jermaine Jackson Frontiers, Jermaine Jackson, $7.50. Love Too Late Sorrows, $10. Sean Kelly on Carly Simon Hotcakes. That is sold to Sean Kelly. Jimmy Ball, you were second. The third Woody Allen album, $7.50. The Hard Ride, that's a sealed original soundtrack with hop sticker, $20 on that. Rydell Martin on JJ, Jermaine Jackson, and Nigel Del Rocket was third on Carly Simon. Departure is $15 after the half off. The Suspects, First Offense. Nashville Punk album, $25 after the half off. The Suspects, $25 after the half off. Renaissance Novella, $5 on Renaissance. Second Step, Aztec Two-Step, $10 on Aztec Two-Step. Poco, Indian Summer, $5. That's in shrink wrap. Five Americans, I See the Light. The Five Americans, $12.50. The Five Americans, I See the Light. Graham Parker and The Shot, Steady Nerves, $7.50. Jimmy Ball first on Poco. That's sold to Jimmy Ball. Jesse Winchester, $17.50 for Jesse Winchester. The Zantees, Out for Kicks, half off price is $12.50. Jimmy Ball also wants Graham Parker. Extension, the Claire Fisher Orchestra, half off price is $12.50. The Face the Music Utopia, $10. And the Long Riders, State of Our Union, the Long Riders is $10. Does somebody say Scorpions Blackout? Earlier, we had a sealed new copy of Scorpions Blackout that we sold. $33.99. If you want one, just let me know because I got to order more anyway. Just let me know. Just let me know. All righty. Natalie Parker, Red Parker Jr., Red Garland, and Extension Bundle Deal. Jeff McMaster on the Xantes. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. All right, let me go through these. I'm going to read the titles. If anybody wants prices, let me know. We have John Entwistle. These are all half off. Secret Lives of Harper's Bazaar. Mike Cochran wants John Entwistle. Secret Life of Harper's Bazaar. Natalie Cole. Love Story. This is Judy Garland. Billy Swan. Judy Garland Concert. Elton John Friends. Till Death Do Us Part. The Life of Riley. FBI. Hank Snow. Flash in the Pan. Ray Parker Jr. Rod Stewart. Orion. The Kingsmen. Golden Classics Volume 10. Dolly Parton's on that, by the way. And Buck Owens and George Jones. That was sealed, unopened, $10. Lemon Pipers. Country Joe McDonald. Ozzie Nelson. Rank and File. Red Garland. Wilton Fedler. The Ray Beats. These are all half off. If you want a price, let me know. Gary Lewis. Dan Fogelberg. Ramsey Lewis. Scott Hamilton. Quintet. Port Authority. The Viking Soundtrack. Placido Domingo. AC/DC Blues. J Gaz reissues. Colin Butler said 10 on the Lemon Piper. Sold out to Colin for 10. Weezer was not an import. No, not an import. Bob Dylan, 1750. Kim Wilde and Bob Dylan, 1750. I will take $25 for both of the Bob Dylan albums if anybody wants those. $25 for both of them. There's you a bundle deal as offered by me. Jimmy Ball wants the sealed Golden Classics. Sealed Golden Classics. And next is Bundle Golden and Hank Snow. Paul, we just sold Bundle. Sherry Darnell says Dylan both and Dylan too. Wow, everybody was reading my mind. I guess y'all were waiting to do that the second time around. Sherry's first. I said 25 for both of them. So sell those to Sherry Darnell. Paul, let me know if you want the Hank Snow by itself. Mel was second and Richard Group was third. Let's see. Kim Wilde was 750. China Sky. Neil Diamond Moods. Kay Kaisers. Gary Lewis. We already sold the Banjo Comp. The Hank Snow by itself. John Paul Gill. Let me find that. Well, what happened to it? Let me go back a few more. Ray Beats. There it is. It's $5 by itself. $5 by itself. Love Too Late. Sorrows. The third Woody Allen album. Departure. The Hard Ride. The Suspects. Surprised no one's made offers on those. Renaissance. Aztec Two-Step. The Five Americans. Jesse Winchester. There's the last record Doc Smith wanted for his bundle. Utopia. And the Long Riders. The Suspects is Nashville Punk. No, that is the band. And it comes with a press kit. It comes with a kit and photographs. This is a promo release. Private Press, Nashville Punk. 25 after the half off. You get pictures of the band. Looks like primitive, homemade Polaroid shots almost. And then there's a full picture of the band. There's more pictures. This was a band that they were trying. They were trying. All right, Jeff says he might. Let me give a price to Doc. The half off prices were 5, then 15 is 20. And then 15 more is 35, and then $12.50 would be $47.50. Doc, that would be $40. That's another $7.50 off. So $40 for the 4. That's another $7.50 off. And then Jeff wanted a bundle on Suspects and Ray Beats. Let's see, I'll do another 5 off that and make that 20. And that was 15, 12, so we'll do $32. $32 for those two. Doc said sold 40 on those. And Jeff McMaster, 32 on those. See, I'd take that. Love at first thing, animal tech. Okay, so put Jared Benoit on a Scorpions blackout waiting list, and he wants the other 2 Scorpions over here we have in stock, which is Scorpion, Smith, Simon and Garfunkel. Right here, he wants these 2, so we'll put him. I think I ordered more last night. I back ordered Lonesome Crow for somebody. I back ordered Lonesome Crow, and I ordered a couple other Scorpions that we didn't have in stock. Live Acoustica, I think we'll have that coming next week. And those are sold to Jared Benoit. Those are new LPs. Jared, I've got those 2 pulled for you. That was the second time going back through that, so anybody else, I think we do have time to knock out. I had a 3rd bin set aside back there. I actually had 8 bins of half-off records already pulled for tonight. I had a feeling we could knock out 3 since we really didn't have any new vinyl. Let me go through the new vinyl bin one more time.
What was that bundle price on Docs?
Docs was 40 for those 4, 32 for Jeff's. Here was the only bin of new vinyl that came in tonight. Let me show it one more time. We should have a lot tomorrow. Paul Gill says he'll take the Hank Snow. Here's what came in for today. Kings of Leon. I keep on saying that odd intentionally. Kings of Leon, $39.99. This is the U.S. press. Earlier in the year, we had this as an import only, and it was like $10 more. This is just a standard U.S. press, which is cheaper, really nice, $39.99. Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds, $33.99. 13 of the best, 13 floor elevators, $44.99. Last copy, Judas Priest, Angel of Retribution, $49.99. Iron Maiden, Power Slave, that's the one we never can keep, $36.99. Judas Priest, Killing Machine, nobody claimed this. I'm really surprised because we haven't had this in a long time. $29.99. Well, yeah, we did sell one. $29.99, Judas Priest, Killing Machine. We still got 2 copies of Weezer Pinkerton. Weezer Pinkerton is $36.99. No, we didn't sell any Judas Priest. I still got all 3, Killing Machine and this Cranberries. If anybody wants one, let me know. But this copy's damaged and we got to send it back. Justin Cleveland put I Am. I bet he wants Judas Priest something. So we'll see which one he wants. And Paul Gill wants the Hank Snow from the earlier bin. Let me find that for him. Hank Snow, Hank Snow, Hank Snow. It was hard to find the first time. And it is not hard to find the second time. Justin Cleveland wants... Oh, that's I Am, Iron Maiden. I thought that was maybe a JM autocorrect. Justin Cleveland on Power Slave. All right, let me go get that last half-off bin. And that will probably be the last crate of the night. No part 2. Sorry. I got a mission as soon as the show's over. I got to get stuff ready to set outside because we're going to have a lot of people here at the store tomorrow. And don't think that Saturday is going to be leftovers. We'll be putting out all new stuff Friday and Saturday. So Saturday, if you come Saturday, even if you come Friday, it's probably going to look like new stuff again. So. All right. Tony Riddle wants the Judas Priest Angel of Retribution. Judas Priest Angel of Retribution. That is sold to Tony Riddle. How much was the AC/DC Blues? I think that was $10 after the half off. Colin, that was $12.50. I'll do $10 on it if you want it. What was next? Justin Cleveland on Kings of Leon. Did we not have a wait list for that? Did you search KOL? Sometimes I abbreviate it. Michael Herrera on Power Slave. I don't think we did. Yes, store is open. Ed's behind the counter all day. Mr. Ed's here tomorrow. He's behind the counter all day. He will be here. And that's what we'll be doing. Okay, that's sold to Colin Butler for 10. All right, more half-off records. Let's see what we have in here. We have the Doobie Brothers, One Step Closer, $7.50. The Doobie Brothers, One Step Closer, $7.50. Hubert Laws, In the Beginning, $12.50. Hubert Laws, In the Beginning. The Dave Clark 5, I like it like that. Dave Clark 5 is $5. The Kinks Sleeper Walker. The Kinks Sleeper Walker, $10. Fantasy and Reality, the newcomers. Fantasy and Reality, $7.50. Live Wire, pick it up. Live Wire, $7.50. Amphibian Swamp. Amphibian Swamp is on clear vinyl, $7.50. Amphibian Swamp. Did I skip over the West Side Story box? I think I did. Leonard Bernstein conducts West Side Story. That is $7.50. Jimmy Ball first on the Kinks, Sleepwalker. Rhonda on Doobie Brothers. And Steve Henry on Dave Clark 5. Steve Henry on Dave Clark 5. I like it like that. The Mac Wiseman Story, 2LP, $10. Netherlands, Dan Fogelberg, $5. Brian Auger's Oblivion Express, Reinforcements, $10. Screams, that looks like a promo copy, $7.50 for Screams. Metamorphosis, Dynamic Arena, $10. Will Smith, Just Cruising from Men in Black. Will Smith, Just Cruising, promo copy from Men in Black, $10. George Lyle, first on Mac Wiseman. That's sold to George Lyle. Jimmy Ball on Dan Fogelberg, Netherlands, and Paul Gill, you were second on Mac Wiseman. Kayak is $7.50. The Romantics, Rhythm Romance, $10. The Ohio Express, $10. Bow Thy Head, Webb Pierce, $5. Webb Pierce. Chad and Jeremy, Yesterday's Gone, $5. King of Kings, original motion picture score, Ben-Hur, $7.50. That's in shrink wrap. Jimmy Ball first to the Romantics, Rhythm Romance. We have Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech, Dr. He. That is sealed, $15. Scott Henderson. Charlie Bird's Bossa Nova, Once More. That's on Riverside, $10. Don't Sleep in the Subway, Johnny Hodges. That's on Verve, $12.50. Bones is $7.50. Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass, Warm, $10. David Dwight Eisenhower, General Eisenhower, President Eisenhower. This is a spoken word record, $10. Lava Love, Ho Lava Love. Lava Love is $7.50. FM UK, Indiscreet, $7.50. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Revolution, $6.50. Peter and Gordon, Knight and Rusty Armor, that's $5. Lay a Little Love on Me, Robin McNamara, $5. Brian Augers, Oblivion Express, Straight Ahead, $7.50. Harry Chapman, Living Room Suite, $5. Sniff in the Tears, Love, $5. Sniff in the Tears. The Kingsman on Campus, that's $5. Songs About Zorro and Other TV Heroes, VG Plus, $10. Jim Nielsen wants Sniff in the Tears. That's sold to Jim Nielsen. Point Blank on a Roll, $7.50 on Point Blank. One for the Road, The Righteous Brothers. The Righteous Brothers is $5. The Rockets, Rocket Roll, $7.50. Cymbal and Klinger is $10. Poco, Picking Up the Pieces, $5. What was the Bossa Nova record? The Bossa Nova record was Charlie Bird. Charlie Bird, Bossa Nova Once More. That is $10. John Porter on RB. That was Righteous Brothers. That's sold to John Porter. Steve Henry on PB. PB was Point Blank. That's sold to Steve Henry. Walt Cruz was second on Point Blank. Ron Duffield first on the Rockets. And Jimmy Ball first on Poco. I think that's their first album, 1968 or 69. Jimmy Ball on Poco. Poco, Rose of Cimarron. That is $5. Homecoming, Doug Clark and the Hot Nuts. That is $7.50. This one has fell out of the sleeve. Somebody's put it in the wrong sleeve. Dan Fogelberg with booklet, The Innocent Age. This is a good one. This one has the booklet with it. $10. $10 on Dan Fogelberg, Innocent Age. Jimmy Ball wants the other Poco. That's sold to Jimmy Ball. Brian Briggs, Combat Zone. $10 on Brian Briggs, Combat Zone. The Moody Blues 7th Sojourn is $10. Moody Blues 7th Sojourn, $10. Will Smith, Best Price. I'll do $8 on that if you want it, Tony. Where are we at here? $8 on that, Tony Riddle. Steve Henry first on Dan Fogelberg. And Colin Butler on Hot Nuts. Rhonda first on Moody Blues. These are all half-off records. Tony said sold. I've already got that in the pile. Aretha Franklin, Jump to It. Aretha is $7.50. Amen Batita, the Interstellar Suite, $7.50. Walt Cruz wants the Bossa Nova by Charlie Bird. That's sold to Walt Cruz. Jimmy Messina, Oasis, $5 for Jim Messina. The Hollywood Stars is $7.50. Flipping to the A side is $6.50. The Christians, Forgotten Town, $6.50. That's a 12-inch single. Rydell Martin wants Aretha Franklin, Jump to It. That's sold to Rydell Martin. The Greatest Garner, Atlantic, 12/27. This is probably really early. Let's check the label, unless it's a reissue, $7.50. And Roe Gardner, yeah, that's early Black Atlantic label. That is $7.50. Looks like it has a little bit of damage on the cover. That's probably late 50s. Ron Duffield on Hollywood. Hollywood Stars, the Ron Duffield. Jam, spelt with 2 M's, $7.50 for Jam. John Handy, Carnival, $7.50 for John Handy. Candy, Music Speaks Louder Than Words, Candy Station that is, $5. Roping Wild Beans, the Ray Beats, Roping Wild Beans, that is $7.50. Aaron Gardner on John Handy. Rydell Martin on Jam, that's sold to Rydell Martin. DFX2, Emotion, $7.50. What do we have here? It is $12.50. Wild looking. Check the spine. Dementia 13. Midnight International Records. Dementia 13. $12.50. Merle Haggard, It's Not Love. $10 on Merle. JoJo Gunn is $10, and that Kayak album again, which is called Phantom of the Night, $10. Let me run through those one more time. If you want prices, let me know. If you want to make an offer, let me know. Jimmy Ball on Merle Haggard. Let's sell that to Jimmy Ball. George Delisle, you're second. One more announcement. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock. They'll start setting up at 9, but please try to be here at 10. There's going to be $1 items out on the sidewalk. We're also going to have CDs and cassettes and 45s. There's going to be audio equipment with green stickers on them. Those are going to be the sale price. Audio equipment out there is not going to be $1, but we're going to have speakers really cheap, some cassette decks, a couple budget turntables. Don't expect to find like a Thorns out there for $10, but if you need like a turntable for like your garage or something, this might be good. Or like for a kid or a starter, we've got a couple. We're going to mark them down like 75% off. We've got like 2 or 3 ready to go, even with new cartridges on them. I mean, we've put new cartridges on them. So what else is going to be out there? I've got some wooden crates that we got from Dallas that say Sound Warehouse. We got probably 20 of those. Those are going to be $10 a piece if you need something to store your records in. And we also got these big wooden shelves that we got from the Pennsylvania collection that are like, they're really well made. It's actually what we transported the records back from Pennsylvania. I've already got a couple of those emptied, and we got those stickered for $10. So you can come here and buy some storage stuff too, really cheap. Was I first on Merle? Let me check. He was. Paul Gill gets this Merle album. It was Paul Gill, Jimmy Ball, and George Lyle. This restream comment, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that restream comment split those. So Paul was first on Merle, then Jimmy, then George Lyle. Steve Henry wants JoJo Gunn. What's the year on the Amphibian or Tracks? Amphibian, let me find that. That was Dementia 13. What was Amphibian? Let me find that. Let me get back to that, and then I'll find it. Dementia 13. I will do $10 on that. Axel offered 5, John offered 8. I'll do $10. Axel has dibs. If not, John Porter. Okay. Hubert Laws, if you want prices, let me know. Fantasy and Reality, The Newcomers, Live Wire. Here is Amphibian Swamp. Amphibian Swamp is clear vinyl. This is on 24/7 records, limited to 500 from 2004. That's looks like it's a compilation maybe. Amphibian Swamp. 24/7/007 looks like a catalog number. Dementia 13. Axel gets that for $10. Axel gets that for $10. John was second, and then Fred Carnell. West Side Story. Brian Augers, Screams, Metamorphosis, Dynamic Arena. We got 2 copies of this Kayak album. There's Kayak and Kayak. Ohio Express, Webb Pierce, Chad and Jeremy, Kings of Kings, Scott Henderson, Tribal Tech. That was sealed. Don't Sleep in the Subway. Bones, Herb Albert, Dwight David Eisenhower, Lava Love, FM, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Peter and Gordon, Rodman McNamara, Brian Auger, Harry Chapman, The Kingsmen, Zorro and other TV songs, Symbol and Klinger, Brian Briggs, Amen Batia, The Interstellar Suite. I may have skipped over that. 750, Jimmy Messina, Flipping to the A-Side, The Christians, Errol Gardner, Candy Station, The Ray Beats, and DFX2. These are 2 different Kayak LPs. These are Phantom of the Night and Phantom of the Night. Those are the same Kayak LPs. Rich Group said 5 for Harry Chapman. Let me find that. Living Room Suite, sell that to Rich Group for $5. Jedit wants the Candy Station at half off. And anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? You okay over there, Seth? Seth's taking a break standing. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow night. If you're not within probably 100 miles of here and you're not going to come see us tomorrow, we'll be back live here of 7 o'clock Central Time. 7 o'clock Central Time for Facebook Live. We'll have new vinyl, new vintage arrivals, new Japanese auctions, and more half off. If you're going to be here tomorrow at the store, you probably won't see me, but you'll see John and Ed and Paul and probably Doug. And if you're here very, very late, you might catch a glimpse of me, but hopefully the store's closed, and when I show up, we can go live on Facebook. That's usually how it works. So thanks, everybody, and we will be back live tomorrow at 7, or you can come here at the store and get a lot of deals. When you come in the store tomorrow, all the vinyl inside the store is 20% off, and if you see anything else you want, a toy, a piece of furniture, a poster, say Chad or Ed or whoever, what's your best price on this? If they can't tell you, then they'll call or text me or Tanner or somebody, and we'll get you a best price. This is a sale weekend, so if you see something you want that's not a record, be sure to ask. Okay, thanks, and we'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 o'clock, unless you're here at the store.